mgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Well, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Game 2, Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. ESPN New York YouTube page, my friends. Get involved in the chat. Get involved in the program. Get involved at 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Bartholomew, I believe, is on his way into the studio as we speak. If I'm not mistaken, probably an issue with the security door at the front of the station. Is that accurate? Yes. Yes. Have we? What? I lost my pass. And I can't get in with. But you're here now. That's what matters. It's 10:01. You're here. And we're getting ready for Game 2 tonight. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. I truly had no worries. I knew at the very least that if you were not in the neighborhood, I would have known by now. If you were not in the zip code.
I'm sitting at the door. Tell Dave, thanks a lot. I know he heard me knocking, mother.
Yeah, because Dave and Rick, those guys always, in their little wise-ass way, will say right at the end of their show as we're coming into here, if you're not in here yet, where's Bart?
Yeah, I'm not. And
I don't know. Yeah, I know he'll be here.
I know he heard me knocking.
And he just ignored you?
He just kept walking.
Is that a black thing?
I was not. Yeah. He's like, hey, you ever went to an apartment building and they're like, black people experience this a lot. Like, people see you coming and they hurry up and let the door close. Like, I'm not 100% sure that you live here.
Is that like?
It's like, bro, you couldn't have held the door for me?
Larry David made a joke or did a bit on his show.
Yeah.
That was Wanda Sykes. You know Wanda Sykes?
Yeah, I've loved Wanda Sykes.
Yeah. So Wanda Sykes, Larry is leaving a parking lot and walking toward a building.
Yes.
And he walks past Wanda and he says hello and all that. And then he clicks his TV or his car
door.
Locks the car.
Yeah.
And she turns around like,
really? Yeah, like what? Yo, that's the experience of being a black man. Like, bro, they'll if you go walking into the building and it requires a key code.
Yeah.
Most black people, they'll sit there, they'll hold it like, hey man, don't worry about it. White people, let that door close.
I'm sorry, I don't know you.
Right. They act like they'll see you. It's like that half push, like where you go in and the door closes back behind you real fast.
Right.
It ain't that open the door. It's that I sneak in real quick.
I had this happen in a hotel recently because, like, if you stay in a hotel in New York, you have to have the key card to get to the floor. Get to your floor.
Oh.
So I had this happen recently.
So it's not just a black thing.
I felt weird about it. There was a woman who got into the elevator at the same time.
Yeah. And
I hit my floor, and she's like, can you please press 10, please? And I've got my and I hit 10, and it doesn't go. And I'm like, oh, you need your card. And she's like, I left it upstairs. But she was a little off.
Yeah, she was going to try and catch her husband cheating. She got his location.
I don't think it was that.
You got that man caught.
She was under the influence of something.
Oh.
I think she was.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, stupid me still hit the floor for her.
Of course.
But
because men don't
am I wrong to do this? Because clearly something was wrong with this woman. I called the front desk right after and said, hey, I let this woman up onto the 10th floor.
Yeah, you're Carol.
Yeah.
Once
Dimed her out?
No, once you committed to it and let her up.
Yeah.
If you was gonna have,
I did was making somebody else's problem.
Yeah, right. If you was gonna have kahunas, you gotta say, I'm sorry, I can't push your floor. You're gonna have to go back down to the front desk.
And it wasn't.
See, but you didn't want to confront her because you didn't want her to spaz out on you.
Which it looked like she could have.
Yeah, but also you don't want to feel weird about it. You're like, I don't want to have an awkward moment. But then you went and snitched on her.
And then listen, because I wasn't sure at the beginning. I wasn't sure. Like, what would I need for it to be sure? Would I need somebody to try to walk into the elevator with a gun? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know you, so you'll have to get a key. I don't care that you left it in the room.
What would have been crazier if she would have got in and she would have been going to your floor. She wouldn't have said nothing. You're like, hey, you ain't going to push no floor? Like, so you get in
and
there,
then she went running down the hall.
No, she hit you with the napkin over the face. Found the sucker. Goody. But like in Colombia and stuff like that, what they do.
There better be a hell of a lot of chloroform in that thing to knock me out.
Like, oh my God. I gave him a dose of rhinoceros. He's still up. Like, oh, what are you doing? I got a boogie? You try to wipe my nose? I'm like, dang. She like, no, never mind. Like in Colombia, that's they drug them in. And a lot of men die because they give them too much. They drug them in. I remember
What do you mean they drug the men? Like they just walk into the country and you get drugged immediately?
They drug the gringos, right? Because they go have, relations.
Oh, they're going looking for some people, looking for some fun, and they get robbed.
Yeah, they get robbed all the time. And then there was one guy that he almost died. And then he came back and he saw the same woman trying to solicit, and he went and got the police, said, I've been looking for her. That lady almost killed me. She robbed me like a couple months ago.
And did they arrest her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has all been very educational, as it always is.
So when you want to go out there to these places, man, one, you never go to a place where you're going to allow the lady to sleep with you and stay at your place. That's rule dumb one. Unless you stand at a place that has like security. Like usually what they do is and even if you go like to countries, these other countries, they'll take the women's identification, and then they can't get their identification back until when they leave, and they call up to you. They call
make sure you're okay.
To make sure you're okay, and then give them their stuff back.
Wow,
it's serious on these streets.
That's a lot of information you got right there.
Time. You going out there try to have some fun. They try to have some fun with you. They see you coming a mile away.
See, that's the more you know that I want. I want to see that on NBC.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what you do. Like, or unless you never go, because what happens is they'll ping your location to the men, and then they'll rob the hell out of your ass and leave you stuck. You know what I'm saying? If you ever walk into a young lady's place and you see some black Air Force Ones, walk right out.
I don't know what that means.
If you see some black Air Force Ones and they're men, leave.
You have said this before.
Only serial killers and gangsters wear black Air Force Ones. White, anybody. Black for the killers.
All right. Once again, good to know. Important safety tip. Appreciate that.
What team was that?
I don't know what we're talking about.
It was a team. Nah, I'm not pointing to the screen. I'm just in general. I'm saying it was a team. It was like either a pivotal game or something, and they all came in black Air Force Ones.
I don't remember
to symbolize that they meant business.
They were coming in for.
This was like this year or something. It was either a football game or it was a basketball game, and they came in Air Force Ones. That mean they about business. Somebody gonna die today.
I don't remember.
Somebody gonna die today.
Well, tonight, hopefully nobody dies, but the Knicks, at the very least, are trying to continue to, I guess, put the hammer down on the Cleveland Cavaliers after they came back and, frankly, were handed one / stole one in game one.
Pause.
And, okay.
I can't help myself.
You really can't, can you?
It's too easy.
Well, the Knicks had the game handed to them the other night.
Correct.
And they took advantage of it completely. But now the point is, you have to make sure that what happened the other night is an aberration, meaning the first 3.5 quarters of the game. So I come away from all of this leading into today thinking about some of the aspects of the other night that bothered me, some of the aspects of what happened in those first 3.5 quarters that would have you concerned going into game two. Now, I am somebody that believes when you lose a game like that, it is virtually impossible to recover from, especially when it's early in a series. And I know that sounds almost counterintuitive. Listen, if that's a game 6 and you lose like that, you ain't winning game 7. We know that. But even early in a series, it can set a tone. And while you may be as excited as possible about the fact that they won that game, we cannot ignore how it went down and what you had to do in order to come back and win. So, Bart, I want to focus on a couple of the things, not being negative, but just being more concerned about the things that did not work the other night that led to being in the position to begin with. And the number one thing I'm going to start with is the offense as they tried to run it through Cat and how they had that basically scoped out, how the Cavaliers in the first 3.5 quarters of that game were able to do whatever they needed to do to stop that offense, and so the Knicks had to adjust back to the Brunson running the show. So what is it tonight that they can do, or what is it that the Cavs have that makes this more of a problem right now, and can the Knicks avoid that?
I mean, they have double bigs, right? So they have double bigs, and they said, you know what, we're not going to waste a big on Cat and pull a guy away from the rim. What we're going to do is we're going to keep our bigs there so that we can patrol and control the the overflow if anybody, we get any leakage. And Cat has to be better in being able to say, I got a little dude on me. I'm not about to try and dribble past this little dude because we saw Harden take the ball from him because he's quicker than him, of course. So if it's him or Donovan Mitchell, you got to throw the ball back out, and then you got to walk that little ass dude all the way to the bottom of the field, tell everybody to go to the other side and isolate. Then you're doing it again. Now the double has to come. See, when he's up top, it's no double that needs to come because he's up top. He's not a threat. Like, it's not a mismatch because he's looking to facilitate. But when they do that, throw that ball back out and then go post. And tell that little 6'2" guy, and what they're going to do, they're going to either try and swipe at the ball, which is going to get them in early foul trouble, and it's going to put the team in a bonus.
The part of it that bothers me is if they continue to have success against the offense run that way, and the Knicks have been so dynamic in the way they've done it over the previous 7 games with it, that if they don't have an answer for it, what do they do? Well, are they going right back to the Brunson running the show, and basically he's the guy holding the ball for 20 seconds of the shot clock and then either shooting or dishing it off? Because that, to me, would strike me as a somewhat easier thing to adapt to than what the Knicks can just easily say, all right, this is how we're going to play. No, it would be you got to find another way and another way and another way to adapt, and I'm wondering what that's going to look like because they haven't done that very much this year.
And that's the thing, though. Like, who's going to make the necessary adjustments? That's what it's all about. I mean, because you get to this point where you know sets and you got to counter sets. And what we should do is, what we talked about always, is how do we use their knowledge of our offense and our personnel against them, right? I know that you know that I know what you know that I know. How do I use that against you? Mm-hmm. And I always tell this story about how we like the brilliance of Rex. We all know, well, people don't know really what we did in the Patriots game, why we won, and what the technical adjustments was. I'm not here for that. We knew that Peyton Manning knew that when we had to have it, we were coming zero blitz. And he always would check into something and try and beat us with it. And, this was like not the AFC Championship that we played against that we lost, but this was the one that led to the can't wait game before that. And we knew that he knew that we were going to come, like, because Rex was aggressive. So if we had to have it and it was a pivotal first down, this is for the game. This is the drive. They win, they score, they win. We knew that he would check to a cover zero beater, some type of quick screen or something like that, because he's not like Lamar Jackson or any mobile guy. He's not going to buy time with his legs to let people uncover. He's going to run some type of pick. So what we did is we put everybody up, cover zero. This is the first time we've ever done this all season, but we kept it in our back pocket. We bluff. It was called bluff, cover zero. And we came up and it turns to cover 2. He checked into a bubble screen. All the blitzers that was up there simulated flat, dropped out. They tried to go with a Stokely screen, made the tackle, off the field. We win the game. We go to the divisional championship.
Well, this is the kind of thing that I'm going to be very curious about tonight, is how is the offense going to flow if it's not flowing through Cat, and are they simply going to go back to Brunson? It worked late. Now, I'll tell you something. And, Tom, did we find the cut from Kenny Atkinson? And I need to make sure I'm on the right page here because I don't believe I am.
Kenny Atkinson is the happiest coach that these games are like right back to back.
It has to be.
Like, because if he had to fester on this for another day, I know they are rotisserie chicken his ass in Cleveland.
Well, listen to this about James Harden, his defense, and the Knicks targeting him.
Think about James. I'll just defend him. He's a good isolation defender. Always has been. He's super smart. I said it last night. He's got great hands. I was kind of a little more upset with our backline defense. Okay, he had two or three really tough shots on him, but then I think the baseline drive where our low guy didn't come over and get a contest, right? This is team defense. At this level, it's team defense. Are we helping them, sending them in the right direction, have the help there. So sure we can I know everybody's putting it on James, but I'd say it's a lot of it's on the team, our team defense. And we were great for 3 quarters. Really, really great. So we can do it. I think sure some of it was him. There was a couple of blow-bys, but again, I'd argue it was on the team defense.
See, this is where, as a reporter, as a former athlete, I need to be a reporter. So I would say, okay, so specifically, let's bring up this play. Who didn't come over to help? Mm-hmm. Because I need names, because you can't just say as a team. That's the most general. Who are we talking about? Dennis Schroeder? He wasn't even on the field, on the court. Like, let's be specific.
That's an answer
Where's the failure?
That's an answer to a group that doesn't have a screen up right in front of them where they can point to something and do that. I'm with you.
Let's come in there with the iPad.
Follow-up questions are important.
Yes.
Like
can't just let him
where
get away with that.
specifically did that happen, and who specifically did not help in those instances? And he'll keep going with the general part.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. When you ask him, like, okay, you bring up a specific play, he's like, oh, I don't have it in front of me. Oh, but because I'm sure you watched, so you know what play I'm talking about. The dude scored 11 points straight.
Yeah, and 15 in the quarter.
And this is what I love. Sometimes you have these dumb teammates. You'd be like, all right, force him left. I understand I'm telling you to force him left. But don't just let him go left. You still have to be there and play defense. Like, when I say left, I don't mean open the gate and say, there you go. It's just like I'm not here. You still want to be there and be on him and ride him left and still be on his shooting hand. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I used to hate guys like, hey, man, make him go left. Like, or one of these things, set the edge, right? We had this dumb thing called arm free. Like, we had some guys that came from these arm free teams where they were like, as long as you outside. Bro, it's fine if you're outside, but look at the gap inside of you, bro. When I say arm free, that's so you can come off and make the tackle. That don't mean you all ass ain't responsible to squeeze the gap.
I don't know what arm free means. Like, I don't know what you mean by it.
So, defensive ends, correct?
Yes.
Defensive end can't let nobody get outside of them, right?
Right.
So as long as I'm outside, I'm doing my job. But, buddy, you getting your ass knocked way out here. Look at the lane you creating inside.
On the inside.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
Arm free, yeah, technically you outside. But, damn, you so far outside that inside is outside.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that that's not partially your responsibility,
too. You dumbass. You ain't supposed to just get your ass washed all the way out to the sideline. You over there with the coach. You might as well be the first down marker. You got to violently set the edge.
And the other night, James Harden was opening the gate.
Yes, he just opened the gate. Like, bro, he just literally, Brunson run by, he just turned around and look at him. Like, bro, don't you want to chase him in case it's a pump fake and you can catch back up and recover? It's like he just turned like, look out. It's like when one of the running backs are trying to block somebody and they miss him, you just watch out.
It's funny. So many people are pointing this out in the chat, and it's true, and it doesn't escape me, okay? I'm not sitting here saying, what the hell is he talking about? Black Metronome, Soul, all pointing out, well, it's just a guy standing up for his players. Okay, you can stand up for your players, but we have reached the level of standing up for your players now where you just flat out have to lie to stand up for them, and you cannot call out anybody at any point at any time. When you can't call out someone that has made $450 million in their career without him getting in a twist.
Like, James,
come on.
James got to be a little bit better there. We got to play better. We all recognize.
You don't have to destroy the guy.
Yeah, we all recognize and understand.
And by the way, if you're saying we're not helping, what are you doing to freaking help him?
11 straight points.
Why don't you tell somebody to get over there?
Listen, I tell you what, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've watched any sports event and genuinely felt sorry for the person that was being embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like you see it in football, like a new corner come in, you're like, oh, shoot.
Where's the fish?
Y'all bet not be in cover one, or send some help. And we've seen that.
Campbell, the tackle from the Patriots.
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Campbell, feel sorry for him. Who's the guy when I think it was the Eagles, they were playing the Giants or something. He got like 6 sacks.
OCU Manura.
You like, yo, throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Slide it or something.
Yep.
Like the kid needs help. Like that's how I felt about James Harden. I was like, man, he looked bad, man. Like, damn, again? Like, it was like, again.
Yeah.
Again. Like, yo, they ain't gonna switch it up. Like, again. Like, bro, trip him or something. Like, this one I don't understand. Why didn't you take a hard foul on like, I always never understood this. These little bitty dudes, nobody really goes at Brunson. Just like Steph just run around la-di-da-di-da, just throwing up threes in your face. Ain't nobody going to the back. Ain't nobody going to clothesline his ass. Like at some point, you try to win a championship. It ain't personal, brother, but you remember, listen, Isaiah came in. He's best friends with Magic Johnson. It was the finals. Magic hit him with the forearm to the head. Like, these dudes too friendly to each other, brother. Like, man, somebody, and you ain't about to sit up and embarrass me. Like, we about to get a flagrant one.
Listen, you can't let that stuff happen. But if you're the Knicks at this point and you're trying to figure out how to continue to take advantage of it, I'm wondering how they will adjust to it, and I'm wondering how the Knicks will counter-adjust. I also look at what's happening in this series from a health standpoint, because I watched last night Jalen Williams, another hamstring injury. I think that's like 3 or 4 this year.
They're going to get rid of him.
Dylan Harper, that's a bad development for San Antonio. And it made me think about OG, because we're always talking about OG and the fact that he cannot stay healthy.
Touch the money. Chris, just touch the money.
No.
Jose of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Now, the thing about OG is that I want to come out of the other night feeling pretty good, because I feel like especially late he was aggressive in what he was like. He felt like he was testing it out some more.
It's never that. It's just running real fast and stopping.
Yeah.
And that's if I want to see him if he got to get back on a fast break. Like, if he's the defender that got to go back and cover, do he just say, man, just you get the layup? Or is he going to run back and then try and stop and jump? That's when those things catch. Like, I didn't see Jalen Williams one, but I guarantee you he was holding it tight, high too. And that's exactly where OG's is. OG wasn't shooting well because I didn't think he had the lift in his shot, maybe because he doesn't have the confidence in the hamstring. He's off a little bit. So it's something to watch.
Brian checking in the chat. OG, very slow healer, plus a hammy, which is brutal to heal. There's no doubt. I'm not sitting here worried per se.
He's not a slow healer.
I mean, if he's playing now, does he look? Do you like he's 100%? He doesn't look like. No, put it this way: he doesn't look like he did in Game 7 a couple of years ago. That was bad.
This is OG. He's not a slow healer. He's a guy that has to be perfect. He's not a guy that grits through stuff. Like, you got guys that won't play unless they're 100%.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys. Like, as we're looking at your favorite team, and the farewell tour has become for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, great! I can hear about it all season long. Made sure to let us know, but he did it in a very subtle way.
Well, no matter where he goes, I think he's going to want people to celebrate him.
Oh, you think?
As he goes by, like what was that when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar retired and they gave him every
They're not going to give him the farewell tour where, like, when Jeter retired, he went around for the year. He got like a canoe out in San Diego. Everybody's giving him gifts before the game.
But, Ben Roethlisberger would play through anything, right?
Yeah.
He was going to show up. OG's not that dude. And you just got to say, you accept that's who he is and you move on.
Yeah,
but it is something to watch.
Ben would play through anything, including charges.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he would do.
Man, he's shooting shots at his own team.
I'm just being truthful.
I'm gonna get you a signed Ben Roethlisberger jersey for your birthday.
I'm good. I had a Ben Roethlisberger jersey.
Signed.
I don't care.
Dear Carlin, I love you.
And I will do the same thing with that I did with the other one.
What did you do?
I threw it away.
Okay, so
I wore that jersey to the first 2 Super Bowls. I was lucky enough to go to the first one that they won against Seattle because I was working, and then the second I wasn't working the game, but then the second one I got upper deck tickets and took my brother to the game.
You should have framed it or gave it to your brother. Why wouldn't you give it to your brother?
Because why did I throw it away? Because of all the crap that he got involved in right after that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't think it was alleged. I think there was a lot of stuff that went on there that
if it doesn't,
a lot of people covering up for him for a long time.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
All right, Johnny. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. We're going to get your calls in here shortly. But first, Brian Windhorst is going to join us next to talk all things Knicks Cavs. That's on 880 ESPN, the ESPN New York app, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page.
The Knicks.
Behind the back, right wing, off the dribble three. He got it! Jalen Brunson is not human right now.
The Cavaliers.
Steps back, finds Bridges, far corner three-pointer. Hits again. 2 clutch threes from Mikal Bridges.
The Eastern Conference Finals.
And they take a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
We have a stalled vehicle on the southbound Henry Hudson Parkway at 79th Street that is blocking a lane, has you backed up into the 150s. It's better on the east side. Southbound Harlem River Drive is slow at the Triborough Bridge, and then delays down onto the FDR down into the 70s. Westbound Cross Bronx, you're slow from the Bruckner all the way out to the George Washington Bridge. It's still about an hour at the inbound GW to both decks, 40 minutes into the city at the Lincoln Tunnel, 30 minutes at the Holland. You also have delays on the inbound Gowanus northbound BQE combination from the Belt Parkway all the way up to the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm Adam Walski, 880 ESPN New York.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver, and we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York, and can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So as a driver, you kind of have 2 different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, kind of the decision maker on board and, using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
If you're trying to save money but still eat well, just go to Wild Fork Foods and thank me later. You get pork tenderloin for $2.50 a pound, ground turkey for $3 a pound, ground chorizo for only $4 a pound. Those are everyday staples at serious value, and it's all blast frozen, so you're not sacrificing quality. Plus, they've got over 450 options, 7 locations, or same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Go check out Wild Fork Foods.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle. All the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Incredibly busy time for this man. We appreciate his time. Good enough to give us a few minutes is Brian Windhorst, of course, covers the NBA for ESPN. The Hoop Collective podcast is the best basketball podcast out there with Tim Bontemps and Tim McMahon. Brian, it's Chris and Bart. We appreciate a few minutes. How you doing?
Good morning, guys.
Listen, I mean, we start off of game 1 the other night with the Knicks Cavs, and Brian, you know that Cavs team as well as anybody. You know this Knicks team as well as anybody. As you look at that, what is the fallout from a game like that in terms of a team trying to recover from it?
Well, obviously the Knicks were not anywhere near the team that they were 10 days prior because they were as hot as you'll ever see a team in the playoffs, and they opened that game. I think they were 2 of 19 from three-point range. OG Anunoby had been playing what I believe was the best basketball of his career before that hamstring injury, and it had been like 3 weeks or whatever, 2.5 weeks, and you saw him totally out of rhythm. You saw Karl Towns, not getting involved offensively, scoring the ball. And the Cavs had just come off playing, 7 games in like 13 days, and you saw the rhythm difference, and you saw the Cavs warm up. And that's the thing that happens when there's a long history of teams coming off 7-game series against teams having sweeps. I think it's happened 23 times, and a number of those times, the team that's coming off the 7-game series has won game 1, but the overall has gone heavily to the team that is swept. I think it's like 19-4 in the series. The series win goes to the team that's coming off the sweep. So you know that the Knicks were in a minor disadvantage. They played at home, so that's better. But you saw the Knicks, be a little bit rusty, and they probably should have lost that game. Not probably. They should have lost the game.
Yeah.
But they get bailed out through a confluence of circumstances. Some where the Knicks own earning it, and some where the Cavs, handing it to them, making it easier on them. And so the Knicks sort of get away with a C to C+ game, which typically you're going to lose in the conference finals. You're not going to win a conference finals game and you play average. So huge advantage Knicks, but they got to pay it off with getting their rhythm back in game 2.
Now, I know as professionals we have to be objective, but you're from Cleveland. That's your hometown. And I know that you have family members, friends that root for that team. And what Kenny Atkinson did was almost a fireball offense by allowing the Knicks to go on that run, not calling timeouts, but then doubling down. What type of pressure is he on with maybe a guy like Jay Kidd potentially being out there if this goes bad, really bad, for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I don't think he's under that much. I think in general the Cavs were under a lot of pressure to have a deep playoff run, which they now have. And obviously that was, in most people's view, would say that was a poor coaching performance. And if you do that several times, I think anybody would be under some pressure. But, one of the things that I felt in talking to the Cavs coaches and players and front office personnel before the game the other night was that to me, they were playing under a lot of pressure the last 2 rounds. And to me, I felt like they were not operating under pressure. In fact, if you'd have caught me, 20 minutes before the game, you'd have probably heard me say, I think the Cavs might win tonight, because I'm talking to them and they've been freed. They couldn't get past the second round. In the last couple of years, they were upset in the second round and just poor performance, and they've lived with that. And so to pull off a victory over Detroit on the road on Sunday, by Tuesday night, I think they were feeling pretty good about themselves. So I actually think the Knicks are the team that has the more pressure. Now, again, if you continue to have coaching, performances where you materially look like you cost your team the game, yeah, you're going to be under. You're going to be on the firing line. But I don't. Spending time with the team, I don't feel that same pressure as people from the outside might see.
I think we all feel like the other night was an aberration. Brian Windhorst with us, of course, covers the NBA for ESPN, the Hoop Collective podcast, the best basketball podcast out there. Just in terms of how it ended, of course they should have lost the game. And that's why I want to focus a little bit on the first 3.5 quarters as it relates to tonight. The Cavs had the answer, whether it's size or whatever, for how the Knicks are running the offense through Cat. So how can the Knicks somehow respond with that tonight? Because the other night it was just as simple as the old Jalen Brunson, go do your thing.
Yeah, I think that's going to take some discipline. And, I mean, the Knicks can do it. I don't doubt they can do it. But when I say discipline, they need to rely on the offensive strategy that got them into this position, which is to share the ball more and to play much more through Karl Towns. Now, if the Cavs, again, are able to have success slowing that down, then, you can go back to prime Brunson. But this team performed much better in the playoffs and down the stretch of the season involving Towns and having Brunson be the co-star of the offensive generation as opposed to the sole star. Now, when they got under pressure the other night, obviously they junked it and they went straight Brunson. But there was a reason why it worked so well and put so much stress on the opposition defense when they mixed up their attack and ran that stuff through Brunson and let him be a creator. It's very, very hard to guard the team when you have to guard a big man like Cat who's a triple threat. Yes, Brunson can do it, but Brunson is easier to guard, in that setting where he's going 1-on-5 at times than Towns. So they have got to remember what was helping them put up those 140-point games, and I feel confident that they will.
I think Atkinson did some good things. I thought it was brilliant to deploy the hacker Mitch to really stop the rhythm and the flow. But how do you explain, and how did he explain, not having Donovan Mitchell touch the ball pretty much in the fourth quarter? And is he injured, or was it an injury, or is it just the ball went away from him and James didn't get him involved?
Yeah, Bart, so I think that's important to point out. And even Kenny Atkinson said this yesterday. The whole world was crashing down on Harden for getting toasted. The whole world was crashing down on Atkinson for sitting on those timeouts really inexplicably. But what Kenny said was when they reviewed the film, they were looking at how their offense went into a rest. Because, when you look at the highlights, you keep seeing Brunson score, or you see Landry Shamet or Bridges hit those threes. But if you watch to the score in those highlights, you'll notice the Cavs score wasn't changing. And that was because the Cavs fell into a one-pass jack up a three offense, or they would just dribble the ball, air out of the ball. And the Knicks played a role in that, no doubt. But the Cavs just quit running offense late in the game. And I do think some of it was fatigue-induced. And that's the thing about Donovan. Donovan was having a good game. With 8 minutes left to go in regulation, he had 29 points. He was on his way to a mid-30s game. And Bart, you are right, he disappeared. And I think one of the more interesting moments in the game that's forgotten, if you remember late in regulation, James Harden goes down and scores on Brunson, and then Brunson comes back and scores on him. It's the Cavs now have the ball for the last possession of regulation. That's the ball where the possession where Sam Merrill ends up getting it, and Breen starts saying bang when the ball rolls out and he pulls it back, okay?
Yep.
On that possession, the ball was in Donovan Mitchell's hands. He threw it to Harden and went over and stood in the corner. He bypassed it. Now, he could look you in the eye and say he did that because he just watched Harden toast Brunson, and he wanted to see him do it again. But he tweaked his ankle in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
He looked exhausted to me. Now, this has happened to Mitchell before. You can find games where he is scoring and touching the ball every possession in the fourth quarter. But there are plenty of games where he tends to wear out. And I think he got fatigued in that. And this is why And right now, I think they're talking on First Take about should the Cavs bench Harden? Why didn't the Cavs bench Harden? I'm going to tell you why. They need Harden to share the offensive load because Donovan wears out. This happens. They need Donovan to moderate his energy level. And yeah, his ankle may have been sore, but I think he wore out. And that is something to keep an eye on going forward.
Brian Windhorst with us, the Hoop Collective podcast. This might feel like a strange time to ask the question, but I think it comes because the Knicks have been in this position before. Are they a much better team than they were a year ago at this time?
I haven't really put that much thought into it. When they play that high post offense through Cat, they're just way more dynamic. That they're just much harder to guard. Now, I hear people routinely say, boy, they're a lot deeper than they were a year ago. And, because that was their big off-season thing, add the depth. And when you see Landry Shamet come in off the bench and hit those shots, I think he hit 3 threes the other night, and all of them were really big. It's, you feel like, yeah, they are deeper. I'm not sure that they are. I mean, how many guys do you have coming off the bench that you can rely on? Like you can say is going to bring. I know that sometimes Clarkson might bring it. Sometimes you might see Shamet bring it. Sometimes McBride brings it. I'm not sure about that. I still think they're really reliant on those starters. And I know that sometimes the starting lineup doesn't always do it, but I think in a playoff setting, they've proven this postseason they can be very formidable. And what's gotten the Knicks to have so much teeth in these playoffs is seeing Anunoby and Bridges be really dynamic offensive options. And they're really dynamic offensive options because they're hard and unpredictable to guard when they're not standing around and waiting for Brunson to toss them the ball in the corner, when they're doing off-ball cuts and stuff like that that's unlocked by what Cat's doing. And that's why you see these games where Cat's getting 10, 12 assists, and all of a sudden you see the Knicks routinely scoring 125, 135. So that system with the same players, I think, is better.
Now, can we anticipate I thought, something that has really hurt the Knicks all playoffs, basically all year, is their three-point defense. I know in the Pistons series, we saw a lot of Merrill and Strus playing together at the same time to really spread the court. Now, we talk about Donovan Mitchell being injured. Can we see those two guys maybe playing a little bit more? And, can they continue to take advantage of the Knicks' inability to really defend the three-point line?
Well, the thing about it is that the Cavs' best defender on Brunson is Dean Wade, the 6'10" small forward that they've been putting on him all season, and they had him on a lot in game one, and that's one of the reasons why the Knicks were running actions to get the primary defender. I mean, Harden was not guarding Brunson. Harden was guarding, either Bridges or Hart or whomever, and they would put them in a pick and roll action and force Harden on to Brunson and then run all away. That's because Dean Wade was having some level of success against him. Dean Wade is a very streaky three-point shooter who had a bad shooting season. So it's kind of hard for the Cavs to put their best shooting lineup out there because you want that length on Brunson. But I will say that I thought the Cavs, I know that it's very possible the Knicks have a very sharp game tonight and win by 20. But I'm telling you, the Cavs have played very well in 2 and 3 quarters of the last 4 games. They won Game 5 in Detroit playing great. They won Game 7 in Detroit playing great. And they obviously played about 41 minutes of excellent basketball the other night. And part of the reason they were able to do that is they were driving and kicking. They were getting into the paint and then kicking out of the paint. And you are correct, Bart. When the Knicks defense is forced to move like that, they're forced to bring help with Harden or Mitchell getting into the paint, or their big men are rolling, Allen or Mobley are rolling off of screens. That's when the Cavs were able to generate those three-point shots. They quit doing it in the fourth quarter. So some of it was the Knicks wearing them out and getting them to stop moving, and that could be a strategy because the Knicks still have the rest advantage.
Brian, I'll get you one more. Brian Windhorst with us, ESPN NBA writer, and, of course, Hoop Collective podcast. other series out of 2 games so far. We got the injuries last now. Harper, Mitchell, and even at the Jalen Williams, Mitchell at the end of the game. What is your big takeaway from the West so far?
Well, injuries are everything. If Dylan Harper is facing an injury here where he will miss game or games, it puts the Spurs in a tough spot because De'Aaron Fox has a high ankle sprain. This is not your ankle is sore, we'll tape it tight and whatever. If you have a high ankle sprain, I don't know if you ever had one, Bart. It's a completely different type of injury. And some of them, you feel okay after a week. Some of them, you don't feel okay for 6 weeks. Okay, and I don't know which it is, and they're not telling anybody. But last night the Spurs had 27 points off turnovers. Steph Castle, as well as he's playing, he has 20 turnovers in the 2 games. And look, it's hard when you lose 2 of your 3 lead guards. It's going to be hard against anybody. But the Spurs or the Thunder, everybody they put on the court is trying to rip the ball from you. They had 11 steals last night off of their bench. Okay, those 4 guards that they bring in off of their bench, Mitchell, Caruso, Wallace, and McCain, those guys last night combined for 11 threes and 11 steals. Wow. Talk about 3 and D. They all scored in double figures. The Thunder have some injuries too, but their depth, especially on the perimeter, is immense. And so it's just going to be really hard. The second thing is the referees, and I know that I hate the referee talk about the Thunder, but I get why it happens. Last night's referees allowed Holmgren and Hartenstein to play rough with Victor. They allowed him to hold and hook and grab and pull. And Victor was doing it too. It was going both ways. But if you allow physical play against Victor, it just makes it so much harder on him. And that is one of the reasons why in Game 1 he had 13 baskets in the paint, and in Game 2 he had 5. Because they were in there fighting him. And by the way, he had 5. I think 3 of them were on his own misses that he put back. So, the Spurs are in some trouble with ball handling, and they're in some trouble if the officials let that physical play.
I would probably be afraid of the team that lost this series because both of these teams have a lot of draft picks and the equity to go nuclear. So you may win the battle, but you may lose the war, I think, the NBA, because I think if one of these teams lose, they may be in the Giannis sweepstakes, or they may go nuclear and say, you know what, never again. What do you think?
Well, I do think that what happens with Giannis will affect the balance of power in the league. Wherever Giannis ends up going, if he's traded, and I think it's likely he's going to be traded, that will reset who's got holding power, because you're not trading Giannis. You're not trading for Giannis unless you believe your team can win the championship next year. I would be surprised if these teams give up their youth to go after him, but I also recognize that whoever stands tall and wins the West is going to be a huge mountain to climb, and the teams around them are going to face the pressure to try to do it. But I will say this series is a war, and pretty much all 4 teams came into the playoffs healthy. For all the storyline of the injuries in the NBA season, the only guy who was not right was De'Aaron Fox. And by the way, he was listed as questionable. Now, they may have been lying, but he's listed as questionable. And already we have seen multiple players from both teams go down in that series. And it's only going to get worse. That series is going to leave the winner bloody. And that is going to matter in the next round.
Brian, appreciate it. Know it's a busy time for you. Enjoy the game tonight. And Hoop Collective podcast after every conference finals game.
Wendy, I just want to ask you one last thing, because you are from Cleveland, and we have this beautiful segment on our show called Carlin's Corner, and we were trying to really figure out what is Cleveland known for as far as food, because last time we did chopped cheese versus Philly cheese, and we were trying to figure out what should we get from Cleveland for the food war.
Well, Cleveland is a very ethnic city. There's a lot of Eastern European neighborhoods in Cleveland that have been that way for generations. And so there's Polish neighborhoods, there's Hungarian neighborhoods, there's Serbian neighborhoods. And so all of those neighborhoods have their own food. It kind of depends on where you go. But, New York, when it comes to food, like Cleveland, there's some struggles against New York in certain things. It's going to be hard for Cleveland to win on food against New York.
Just give us one. Give us one.
Pierogies.
Pierogies.
Zone for pierogies.
All right. We'll do it. We appreciate it, Brian. Thanks so much.
Take care, guys.
That's Brian Windhorst. Didn't even mean to keep him that long. But every day.
So gracious with his time.
He does such a great job. And I know I say this all the time, but I absolutely love him and Tim Bontemps and Tim McMahon on the Hoop Collective podcast. And during the conference finals and the finals, they do it every day after every game. And it is tremendous. You should be locked in on that wherever you get your
Pierogies
podcasts.
versus what?
We've done pizza, we've done chopped cheese, and what haven't we done New York
What can
related?
we do? Can we go empanadas or can we go Jamaican patties? Can we go to Brooklyn or get something like that?
Dumplings?
Or what's that Trinidad? Yeah, listen, we have a huge, New York is known for their Jamaicans and Trinidadian people.
I'm not trying to exclude anybody.
I'm trying to think of pierogi is kind of
I'm just glad the way he was going at the beginning there. I thought, am I going to have to get a cold beet soup when he's talking about Eastern European cuisine?
Because I'm trying to say a pierogi is what? It's like a little stuffed pastry, right?
What is a pierogi?
Because it's a pierogi shop in Morristown I go to.
The simplest way I could put it is it's a ravioli with mashed potatoes instead of cheese.
What?
Okay.
What?
Bart and Carlin, we'll discuss. ESPN New York.
Windhorst in France. The Knicks.
Behind the back, right wing, off the dribble three. He got it! Jalen Brunson is not human right now.
The Cavaliers.
Steps back, finds Bridges, far corner three-pointer. Hits again. 2 clutch threes from Mikal Bridges.
The Eastern Conference Finals.
And they take a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, May 22nd as the Yankees take on the Rays and come early for a very special giveaway. It's Giancarlo Stanton Basketball Jersey Night presented by State Farm. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Giancarlo Stanton Basketball Jersey. Don't miss the Yankees and the Rays on Friday, May 22nd for Giancarlo Stanton Basketball Jersey Night presented by State Farm. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, and scores to settle. All the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you can win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the entire season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase is necessary. See websites for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
1-0. Knicks over the Cavs.
And that is it for game 1. The Knicks just became the 4th team to win a playoff game after trailing by 20 points in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, Knicks, baby! Let's go, Knicks! There was a 0.1% chance the Knicks were going to win. It was sexy.
Oh. Let's go, Knicks. We took their soul.
It's the biggest comeback win in Knicks franchise history in the playoffs. And they storm back to force overtime and win game 1.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
when you look at this group and you could see that they too truly believe. How do you not believe in them? How can you not possibly at this point expect they'll figure something out? How could you not expect a moment like that and some of the other moments we've had in this playoff run? How could you not expect to be there on June 3rd in Game 1 in the NBA Finals?
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
I think the other thing that's fascinating about tonight with the Knicks offense is the guys who were chilly the other evening offensively, whether it's OG and it's because he's just coming back, or whether it's Hart, is that going to continue? Have they worked out any of the rustiness that was there to work out? Because I do think it's important for us to not forget what happened the other night. Like, we celebrated how that all went down, but there does have to be a moment of, okay, can't do that again. Can't be in that position again. I know you did it last year against the Celtics. You can't keep doing this because it doesn't work. In the long run, it doesn't work.
Yeah, none of this matters if you mess around and lose today. You're hoping that the victory in Game 1 is worth 1.5, meaning that the Cavs are questioning themselves. They don't believe in themselves, and they're going to come out with energy. But if you're going to have to combat the energy that they're going to come out with, because they've been challenged as professionals, as a team, as a unit. Their coach, they're going to try and protect each other and come out because if they go back to Cleveland, they won one. They got what they came for.
All right, this is all about you next. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. We are on the phones. We are in the ESPN New York YouTube chat where you should be watching the show right now. And if you're not, why the hell not? Let's go. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
No matter your age or career stage, SUNY Canton delivers education at the speed of life. With flexible, fully online degree programs, you can earn your credential on your schedule. Ready to get started? Apply now for a summer start in high-demand programs like applied psychology, cybersecurity, healthcare management, and more. Our admissions team is ready to help you review transfer credits, explore degree options, choose courses, and navigate every step of enrollment. Email admissions@canton.edu today or visit canton.edu to learn more.
Let me say this. If you're an experienced superintendent in Jersey and you know you're better than the situation that you're in, Tricon Construction wants to talk. They're building serious multifamily, medical, and industrial projects across the state, and they're looking for leaders, not babysitters, real projects, real support, real backing from ownership. If you're ready to step into something bigger, go to triconbuilds.com/careers. That's triconbuilds.com/careers. And yes, it's confidential.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. that make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game 2 tonight, Knicks Cavs. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, over on YouTube as well, where you can get involved in the chat. 800-919-3776. A lot of people are disputing the Joe Leo characterization of the pierogi. Yeah. People saying stuffed ravioli with mashed potatoes. Actually, no.
Yeah.
That's more like a knish. This is not that. This is a cottage cheese blend that is actually in a pierogi. What say you for yourself, Joe Leo?
You fraud.
I was trying to get Bart.
So I'm not sophisticated enough. I'm an international eater.
So we have to dumb it down for us
They're
now.
going to dumb it down for us. This is like mashed potatoes inside ravioli. Damn, Tom. I did go eat at plenty Michelin star places.
Sick invite, by the way.
I'm just saying, if you've never heard of it before.
I've had a pierogi before. I just forget what it was.
But that's probably the easiest way to get your mind.
So you were going for the easiest description you could find.
You're Italian, right?
Yes, I am.
So you just related to something that you know, ravioli, because ravioli is Italian, right?
Well, it's also a stuffed pasta dish.
It's like when Bart compares everything to the Pistons.
Exactly. you just went to your comfort zone.
My friends, listen, don't forget, today's Mets-Nationals game can be heard on 880 ESPN starting at 3:25 p.m. Game 2, Knicks and Cavs, be heard on 1050 ESPN New York starting at 7, and will be joined in progress on 880 ESPN New York following the conclusion of Mets coverage. And all games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app. 800-919-3776. Also over on the chat.
Looks like a dumpling.
Knicks minus 6.5 tonight once again. Now, see, the other night, I might have been a little uncomfortable laying the 6.5. I think the Knicks are going to cover tonight. Now, the Knicks ended up covering the other night. My guy Fortenbaugh was all over Oklahoma City last night. He was right on top of that because he and I have gone back and forth. I sent him what I thought was our little potential prop that we could have played, which would have been Donovan Mitchell over 30 because of his history in game ones, and he gets there to 29 points with 8 minutes left and doesn't get over the hump. I mean, that's just, come on. Like, what are we doing here? And now, I didn't bet it at the time.
Set you up.
But it's not Joe's fault. Joe's like, I have no opinion on that. I gave him everything. I tried to lay it out because every once in a while I want to try to think like Joe. Joe is so analytically driven mentally and has so many facts to base his bets on, yet we end up around 53%.
Yep. That's gambling.
That's just the way it is. All right, let's hit it. 800-919-3776. Let us start today with the guy who was noticeably absent yesterday, and that's D in Queens. Where were you?
I have a life. And this is a rumor that started Hold on.
Your guy's getting cooked like you couldn't believe, and you are MIA.
Hold on. I know where this BS came from. It was two douchebags who I don't want to talk about.
Can't use that word.
Okay. No, yeah, I believe me. I'll use more to their face, but that's a whole different scenario. Anyway, listen. Everything I said the day before happened where the Cavs won because the defenses they played. The Detroit's defense is better than the Knicks. 1, 2, they figured out some stuff where they got toughed out, and this coach, I don't think highly of him, where for this series, he knows the Knicks offense because it's a version of the Warriors offense, but he freezes. I've seen it in the Toronto series where it took him forever to figure out the zone they were running on Harden and Mitchell. same thing. And even in street ball, you would be pissed off if you saw that over and over again. That was ridiculous. And then his rotations. Why is Tyson not playing? Why is Keon Ellis not playing more?
You tell me. That's your team? That's your team? That's your team? You said hold on.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the issue. He's like doing things that it doesn't make sense.
Where do you assign the blame the other night? Where do you assign the blame?
What about James Harden not being able to stay in front of Brunson?
Let me finish.
We did. We shut up. You stopped talking.
Defender. No. He's never been a good on-ball defender. Like, let's be real honest. He's a good team defender and a good defender in the post. He's never been an on-ball defender. And then that's another thing. You play ball, Bart. How come his teammates are not fighting over the screens over and over? Like, there's a lot of things going on that day, but no, I said it was his partner's fault, but that's the thing. The media, when James Harden misses a shot, the media buses a nut. So I know what it is. Y'all just get happy to see him fail.
You're not helping me here, D, with everything you're saying. So now I got to let you go because, listen.
You said the bag, then you're going to come with the buses. You can't say that, babe. That's like CB4. You know what I'm saying? You cannot perform sweat off my you-know-what.
Cannot do that. But, listen, you showed up today.
A lot of excuses.
We better see you tomorrow if they lose. That's all.
Ride with your team like I did all the way to the back. When my team lost, I showed up. I ain't take the day off.
And he stood here on Monday and took every shot that anybody had. Every shot. So the fact that I have a life is now your excuse? Yeah. Guess again.
Because, D, we know you don't.
Hey, none of us do. Right. Let's be honest. None of us do.
You're front running, D. Quit front running.
Let's go to Kevin in Hillsborough next. ESPN New York. Kevin, what's going on, dude? How are you today?
Hey, what's up? Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. No, love that. The fact that D just showed up, and yeah, he had excuses. I have a life. We all do. So you can't make excuses for Harden because Harden is an absolute atrocious defender.
And Donovan Mitchell's been known to run away.
All I'm saying is we found the kryptonite with Cleveland. I was listening, and then Wendy was saying something about how Cleveland was so confident, and they felt good, and 2 7-game series, and they come in here and do their thing. And yeah, they did their thing because we were rusty. I get it, but then we showed up, and that's what we're dealing.
Right,
that's what they have to deal with.
Listen, let's acknowledge one thing here, Kevin. Okay, what happened for 3.5 quarters cannot happen again. And what happened for 3.5 quarters was that they played great. And you played poorly, and you were behind by 22 points. So it can't be, just wait for us to show up, and now everything's fine.
No, you're right. We shot poorly. It was a 9-day layoff, and the defense that we were playing in that 7-game stretch finally did show up at the end, and that's where and OG was still feeling himself. You know, he didn't know what he was doing yet, but when he finally felt it, then boom, right there. Mikal Bridges, come on. Again, Flowers, but we have the kryptonite. So wherever you have to Cleveland has to play Harden. And what is it? What is he getting paid? $40 million next year, extension or whatever I heard.
Well, yeah.
He's gonna play. And you know what? We're just gonna attack him, and then what Donovan's gonna do? Sit there and just sit in the corner, whether he's hurt or not.
But they can attack Brunson too. It goes both ways.
Here's the thing. I don't want people to lose sight of this. You got to enjoy every bit of this yesterday, as you should. But as a fan, you can't come out of the other night and say we got it all fixed. And whatever happened, but we saved it anyway because we're just that good. No. You have to also look at the fact that for 3.5 quarters, you were lost. Completely lost. And that's not a way that is manageable or even sustainable to play the rest of this series. I don't think the Cavs are a great team. I don't. And I think the Knicks very easily, after winning the game the way they did, could sweep the Cavs. I think if they do, It might be more about the Cavs' mentality combined with the Knicks' talent.
I mean, you can say, man for man, that Cleveland has a better roster. The argument could be made. I mean, I think.
I'm not getting. See, now we're.
Donovan Mitchell.
Why you got to go this far? All I'm trying to do is be realistic, and then you take it and then just step all over it.
I'm just saying, man. Like, you can make the argument. Now, the Knicks have something that they don't. That they don't. And that's a clutch gene.
True.
So you can have talented people, but if they're not clutch when it comes to most, which all games come down to a couple possessions, you have two stars in Harden and Mitchell that come up small. And you got guys who come up big, whether you want to talk about OG. The Knicks have more of those guys that come up big in big moments.
Tom DeVito, give me Knicks in 5. Look, I see no reason to go against that. Knicks fanatic for life. Facts, Carlin. Let's not forget what's going on here. A lot of the Pierogi stuff, Parma Pierogies, Guy Fieri was there. Let's be clear. I'm not going to Cleveland, all right? That's not what's happening here. And now, if we had that, like one of those services that you could order the food from Cleveland, have it shipped here and cook it here, then I'd do that. You know, shout out sales department. Maybe we get on that. But point being, if you want to make me have a pierogi, you got to tell me where to get it and where the best one is. And then we'll get involved in the corner.
We ain't got a Polish place around here?
I'm sure there is. But I don't have a staff working on this. This is a one-man show. Let's be clear on that.
Don't we have a affiliate in Cleveland?
We do.
Tell them to go get us a pierogi and freeze it and sell it and send it.
Because I'm sure they have nothing else to do. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. And on the ESPN New York app, here's Merv in Winfield next. What up, Merv? What do you got?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? You hit on it earlier, too. Like, I don't see the Knicks playing one quarter as bad as they did the 3.5 that they did the first game. And listening to Kenny Atkinson talk, bro, he just gives me more confidence in this series. Like, I thought he was a really, really good coach. I don't know what's going on with that guy. And one more thing.
I mean, I think he is a good coach. I think he had a horrible night the other night.
Yeah, I still think he's a really good coach. But I don't, like you said, something happened. I don't know. And the whole thing, ever since the Bauer hour, and he's talking about kicking the Hawks out their nest, the Knicks haven't lost. So I give them some credit there too, man. We're playing very good. And
so should we do this? Should it be the Bauer hour at 12 today, or would that reverse it?
Hit it off,
or would that reverse it if he does the Bauer hour? Because two Bauer hours, two Bauer hours could make a negative if one makes a positive. Do you want to step on the money? Because, Murray, we'll blame you if the Knicks lose today. You know it's all come down on you. And Tom, of course.
Oh, man, we're always looking for a blame. No, man, we're going to come out and fire them. Give it that Bauer hour.
Okay. You got that, Tom?
Now, but Tom did that on the morning show, correct? You were doing the Bauer hour when you were filling in for RJ. By the way, congratulations to RJ and his wife. She had the baby yesterday.
Oh,
little baby girl named Mia, which is outstanding, and we are very, very excited for them.
I like Mia. That's a nice name.
That is a great name. And mother, daughter, and older brother and father are all doing well. So we are thrilled for RJ, Antonio, the whole family.
Is his first? He got 2? How many kids he got?
That's his second kid.
Okay.
Yeah. So now he's about to find out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the second kid. Reason I had a second kid because I was too tired playing with the first kid. So I had the second kid so the second kid can watch the first kid. I mean, the first kid can watch the second kid. Then when they get old enough, they can play with each other. And I can just stay on the couch.
Did that work?
Yes.
Oh, that's not a bad plan. It's basically
you need a playmate.
Bringing your own babysitter into the world.
Yes. Put him inside the little gate. Have at it.
Tom, Bauer hour, explain yourself with that whole kick the Hawks out of the nesting, which, by the way, I mean, it might be working, but that's working like the Danhausen thing is working.
And Peter's coming after you, by the way.
Peter's coming after me?
Peta.
Oh, Peta.
Yeah.
Oh, because the Hawks thing. Well, that's unfortunate for Peta. I don't care. But the whole open with the Bauer Hour thing was because they wanted to challenge me as if I were opening a show because I did the Thursday Open that day. So they were like, hey, give me some more. So I provided that. That went over well. And then, of course, that night, the Knicks curb stomped the Hawks right out their nest, as I once said.
Go Knicks! By the way, Danhausen, you might have to start believing in this crap because Danhausen the other day did curse the Cavaliers before game 1. I mean, I hate to say it, but
hoodoo voodoo.
Whatever it takes at this point, whatever it takes. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be watching the show, you can stream the full Weekday Lineup live, watch complete replays, or catch up fast with can't-miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, and make your voice a part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now. Stay locked in so you never miss a moment. Some of the other comments that are coming in, HC, they're like Chinese dumplings. Dough has to be very delicate for pierogies. Okay, we'll find out about that. Folks,
so do we put them against dumplings?
I don't know.
It's like funny how every place, every culture has something. They just name it something else, but it's basically the same thing. Ravioli is basically a dumpling. You put it inside and fold it down. You just fry it or you steam it. Same thing. Then a dumpling. Empanadas are something totally different, but empanadas ain't nothing but beef patties in Jamaica. It's like all the same.
Patrick Taylor checking in. If the Knicks are still rusty tonight, they have to go Jeffrey Jordan by driving the ball, drawing fouls, and then walking to the free throw line over and over again. They were not particularly aggressive the other night until they really had to be. It's a fair point. And then Road Dog 1775, Bart is dressed like the villains in the Batman 1968 TV series. It's not even like that. It's like the...
It's linen.
Well, they weren't wearing linen, but it's the stripes across that they're talking about.
Yeah, so I look like the what's the family on DuckTales? Remember the family they all came out, they always walked around with, they had their inmate number over the chest. I got to remember what that is.
So basically what he's saying is he's looking like you should be in jail.
No, this is vacation wear. Like, I thought it was going to be warm today.
Is this a match set?
No.
No match set today?
Got leather shorts
I
on.
have leather shorts on. Hashtag relatable. Leather shorts? Like,
they feel good.
I don't want to feel the shorts.
They're light.
Okay. That's great. Listen, my wife and I talk about this all the time. When it gets hot for a guy like me, you tend to get a little swamp butt, so to speak.
Little back butter.
Except you call it swamp ass.
Yeah.
So. But when we are in mixed company and we might be at an event or at a picnic or at something like that, I will say something instead of that. I will say, I'm taking a trip to San Antonio. S.A.
Got you. But I tell you, this is thin.
I can't imagine
this is
the
thin
swamp
leather.
ass I would have in leather shorts.
No, these are super thin. Did you feel how soft it was?
I did feel how soft it was. There's going to be a lot of chafing involved with that for me.
No, you got lining.
Don't lift up your shorts. We've been here before.
No, silk line. I'm just showing you.
I see that.
I don't want to go through this
again.
again.
Your shorts. We have been through this before. I don't need to see where you got the Brazilian. Derek in Hillside is next. ESPN New York. Derek, what's going on, dude? How are you today? Derek!
My guys, I came to help you out with this corner table thing.
Appreciate it.
So we got two options. Y'all looking at one dead in the face. The pierogies, y'all can do pierogies versus raviolis if y'all want to do that. But that's kind of boring to me. Y'all can do the Polish boy versus an Italian sausage sandwich because they basically both sausage sandwiches. So that's just with the food.
Okay.
How y'all like that?
I'm with
That's
that.
solid.
I'm with the Polish boy because I've heard Polish boy a couple of times.
I got it. That's a solid choice.
Where do we get the Polish boy?
And I know you don't like man, we could try to do something. There's a couple of Polish restaurants in New York, but the problem is they don't open till 12. But I know there got to be a mom and pop Polish store somewhere that's open early.
Listen, I'm sure we can find it.
If we tell them we're going to give them a drop,
we
tell them we're going to give them a drop, they better show us some love.
No, I'm not going to do that because we're not giving anybody anything free because I got to give a real review of it.
Derek,
and if they drop off the food, am I going to trash their food?
No, yes, we're going to trash. We're just going to tell them where to get it from if you like trash food. Like, Derek, tell me this. Like, are Polish people lazy? Why do they open at 12?
No.
I'm asking
because plenty of places were open at 12.
They don't have breakfast. Polish people don't have breakfast.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Because you go some countries like they basically eat their breakfast. You ever seen like how many different cultures eat breakfast different? Like some people eat beans and stuff for breakfast. Like we got different breakfasts.
I understand that. It had nothing to do with anything to do with where they're from. It had to do with the fact that a lot of restaurants don't open until 12. That's all. We ran into that a couple of weeks ago.
All the lazy ones?
No, not lazy. Doesn't have to do with that. Has to do with business sense.
Okay. So that means they don't have a breakfast option. Can't have a Polish boy with eggs on top?
Do you know how expensive attorneys are? Like, I don't want to be in front of a deposition. And this is what you constantly do to me. And then what did Mr. Scott say? I don't recall. I don't recall. I'm sorry. I'll be consulting with my attorney at $1,000 an hour.
Instead of a Polish boy, a lazy boy?
No. No.
I'm just playing, man. I love Polish sausages.
Not playing. Big Gilberto in the truck. Next. Gilberto, what's up?
What's up, Carlin? Yo, Bart, behave yourself, man.
I'm just playing. I'm just trying to tickle some livers.
Nothing, man. Just to see you and your reactions every time Bart says something out of character.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put on the disclaimer.
Because the disclaimer, you know why I didn't put on the disclaimer? Because the disclaimer says, while humorous, no, not funny. Not in that moment, not funny.
No,
not with what it's going to cost me.
Man, stop doing that.
What up?
Boy, stop doing that, man. You're gonna have the whole Polish community.
You guys all love it. I'm the one that's in court without a job.
No, I love Polish people, man. I'm just playing.
No, come on, man. You gotta be a good teammate, bud. You gotta watch out.
You're right.
Watch out, bro.
I apologize. I was just playing. This was comedy, like the Kevin Hart roast. Don't hold it against me.
But you remember back before. I remember a segment where you did and you slipped. And then you took it back and you reined everything in. But seems the chains are off now again.
Like Django?
Yo, I want to ask you a question. You and Carlin. Carlin, how is it that Wendy said on Canty's show, right, that the league is allowing to play Wendy physical?
Yeah.
When they supposed to, when the whole playoffs.
No, he didn't say it. He didn't say they're allowing. No, I heard it. He didn't say they're allowing. He said the same thing that he said here, that last night it was an officiating crew that allowed them to be more physical.
Let the boys be boys.
Yes. It's not Scott Foster who was out there the other night calling everything.
Yeah, and it's important, but that's what all teams do. Or you got to see how they calling it early. They calling it tight, or they letting the boys play. If they letting it play, then we're going to take liberties.
Listen, you can't put it in a spot where you're going to say that we're comfortable with him being able to go off like that and then just letting him play and letting him defend, and then a few nights later it's going to completely change. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Because that's how we see things happen all the time. We see it happen half to half in the league. Yeah.
But
when I say you can't do that, I hate it, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
And we know what's going to happen, right? They're going to complain. They're going to send some tapes into the NBA about how this is dirty. Then they're going to overcall it. Then they're going to complain, and then it's going to go back and forth. And you just got to know who you're playing and how you get it done. I mean, Wemby is. I wonder how when you compare, like the hardest person to officiate was Shaq because he was so big. So anything he did was even gentle. He would knock you out of the screen, but he is not an offensive foul. That's just you being too little and him being a bigger man. Wemby kind of the same thing. He's so tall that it's just so hard to one, get him out the lane, two, like to try and get into his body, because when you get into his body, you basically in his legs because he's so damn tall, especially when they use smaller guys. Hardenstein did a great job yesterday, and maybe they found something, maybe they didn't, because Wemby has shown the ability to adjust.
Jay in Queens is next. ESPN New York. Jay, what's going on?
Hi, what's going on, guys? Just real quick, with the Cavaliers situation, I know everybody's killing James Harden, but he's never been a great defender. And I feel like that's more of a coaching thing. Like, he's going to be on the floor for his offense, and you have other people, that are on teams that they know aren't good defenders. And you blitz the pick and roll. You do something to get out of Brunson's hands and maybe deny him the ball back. So I'm not going to kill him because he played, I think, the best defense he could against a guy that was really, really hot. I just feel like the coaches left him out there on an island, and they could have done more to help him, especially with a lead. You could have thrown different things out there to try and not let Brunson get in the rhythm. But that leads to my next question with the Knicks is I'm not someone that's, overly hyped, even though we did a good job and won that game. I feel good about it. But my question is, if they struggle again in this game, are they going to go back to the Brunson pounding the ball and everybody standing around, or are they going to continue to pound the stone and go through Cat? Because I feel the team is so much better and diverse and harder to guard that way. But I worry that we'll resort back to what we think is the right thing to do if we struggle again. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day at the game tonight.
Well, when things happen, sometimes we revert to who we truly are. And if Cat's going to get the ball out of his hands or he's struggling and they're defending, what's your next offense? Your next best offense, and it worked last game, is Brunson. Now you want to hope that Brunson can turn more into like a facilitator. Like maybe he can turn that part of his mindset instead of going to straight attack mode. But that's up to Brunson. They're going to have to make sure that they have an offense that can go through other people because all teams are going to take away what you do best.
I guess this is where my concern is like if they are going to defend the Cat run offense as well as they did the other night, okay, reverting to who they were worked. Is it going to continue to work?
Right.
Because that's what they needed to get away from.
But converting to the Cat offense, maybe it didn't work because the guys weren't hitting outside shots and they were flat. So I would still try and go through Cat and mix it up a little. It should be a little bit of both. It shouldn't be one of anything.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. We hear some more from the participants regarding Game 2 up next.
We are talking Knicks today. They're ready to kick the Hawks right out of their nest.
The Knicks.
Behind the back, right wing, off the dribble three. He got it! Jalen Brunson is not human right now.
The Cavaliers.
Steps back, finds Bridges, far corner three-pointer. Hits again. 2 clutch threes from Mikal Bridges.
The Eastern Conference Finals.
And they take a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends next week. Take the test.
All right, spring's here, and you know what that means. It's time to get that grill going, and if you're not shopping at Wild Fork Foods, you're doing it all wrong. Right now, you get bacon-wrapped pork rounds for $2 each, $2. That's not normal. And chicken thighs for $2 a pound. That's awesome quality at a great value. Everything's blast frozen, so it actually tastes fresh. You got 7 stores or same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Reminder that today's Mets-Nationals game can be heard on 880 ESPN starting at 3:25 p.m. Now, Game 2 of Knicks Cavs can be heard on 1050 ESPN New York starting at 7 o'clock and will join in progress on 880 ESPN New York following the conclusion of Mets coverage. All games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app. How about some audio files? Knicks Cavs Game 2. Let's go.
The audio file.
Tom Bauer is here. That's all I have to say about that. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for a wonderful introduction there.
You got it, Tom.
Call him Unicorn. Lucky Charm, right?
Tom's a Lucky Charm?
Yeah.
Why is he the Lucky Charm?
He's a 3.5 leaf clover. Because ever since the Power Hour, the Knicks haven't lost.
That's a great point.
Are you ready indeed? This isn't the Power Hour. This is the Bauer Hour.
All right, so hang on 2 seconds here.
Yeah.
First of all, you stole the bit from this show for that show.
Gave us no credit. Plagiarism.
Where's that? I mean, Bart has put this thing together for years.
Both got 2 all-beef patties, special sauce. They call it the Big Mac. We call it the Big Mix.
Listen, that was natural. Power, Bauer. Come on now.
Listen, one thing I will not stand for is any sort of intellectual property theft. I cannot wait, though, until we get back to doing the frenzy of football.
Not yet. Not the first time that a white guy stole something from a black guy and claimed it as his own.
Tom?
Yes. So let's get
Tutti Frutti. Oh, duty. Woo!
So let's get into the audio files, gentlemen. One of the things that stood out to Knicks fans on social media is that there was a video of Jalen Brunson motivating the team in the huddle during one of the timeouts of the fourth quarter of game number 1 the other night, and it seemed like everything started to go the Knicks' way shortly after that. So Mike Brown was asked about the intensity that Jalen Brunson brought to the huddle in that moment.
I love it. The teams I've been around that have had a lot of success,
They usually have accountability within their group, because that goes a lot further than me yelling or saying stuff at times.
I think Carlin actually has the actual sound from what Jalen Brunson was telling the team.
I'm the only winner on the team. The rest of them are losers, either by choice or by birth.
Throw me the damn ball.
Is that the one you wanted? Or was it something else?
No, that one.
No, okay.
Especially you, Cat. You sit up there getting defended by a 6'2" dude. You're a whole foot taller than him. That's like Wilt Chamberlain being blocked by the team, the dudes he used to play with before desegregation happens in basketball.
Well, what the point he was trying to make there was that the best teams are the player-led teams.
That's true.
Do you believe that to be the case?
I mean, you have to have that, right? You have to be self-motivated from within, and you got to be able to hold each other accountable. Brunson's the leader there. Cat, I think, is arguably equally like a good player, great player, but Brunson's the guy that they listen to, his work ethic, his ability to put himself out there. Because when you take those shots, if you miss those shots, then people are going to say, man, he jacking up threes down by 23 instead of getting into the offense. He just took it. So, he hits those shots, he takes those shots, and I think people have a level of appreciation for the fact that he's a clutch player. Not every team has a clutch player.
Next!
So we just spoke about Jalen. Now let's hear from him. Jalen, biggest takeaways from Game 1.
I think the more of the first 3 quarters is a bigger takeaway. They were playing great basketball, had us on our heels, and just gotta give them a lot of credit. Obviously, we played well in the fourth and overtime, but we got to come out ready to go. I think we did. It was the middle second and third quarter where we let go of the rope. So that's our biggest takeaway.
I mean, I get why he thinks that way. It wasn't – they weren't losing by 20 at the end of the first quarter. I understand that. But they did not have many answers to when Cleveland was defending the cat run offense well. And on the other side, they did not have many answers for Cleveland defensively. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, in what he categorized there as the second and mid-third quarter and into the fourth quarter, went off. I mean, the dude had 29.
Yeah.
And then with 8 minutes left, you were able to shut off the faucet.
Yeah, and he ran out of gas. Like, we talk about, guys getting tired, and we talk about game sevens and stuff like that. We knew that fatigue was on, but that's why you start seeing them settle for the three-pointers. That's a sign of fatigue because you don't have the energy to finish. Now, the coach should have recognized that and either put in some fresh legs, and that's when you got to have belief. Not everybody that starts the game, you don't have to start with your starting 5. You saw Josh Hart was a guy that was struggling a little bit. They took him off the court. Atkinson, that's another thing. When you talking about you want to hold on to your timeouts, well, when your team is tired, you might want to get them some blows, especially when you know that it's going to be some TV timeouts because this is a national game that's on that's on TV that's going to have those television. I used to love those television games because you knew when they were coming, that's like built-in timeouts and built-in rest. So that's a bad job by Kenny Atkinson. He got to know his opponent. We all know that Donovan Mitchell at times has been known to run out of gas. Then you got to get him some rest. And using timeouts is a way to do that.
Listen, I think that this is a case tonight where the Knicks should handle this game relatively easily. And by that, this should be a 15-point win to me tonight. Doesn't mean it's going to be, just my feel on the game.
It's going to be a close game, man. You have two teams. You got a team that has a bunch of pride. It's going to be, they know realistically, if they lose this game, it can be wraps. Because I don't think they're going to go back home and win 2 games and then we play the flip-flop game 5, 6. Okay, let's get back to the Garden in 7 type of thing. You can't think of that mindset. You got to think we have to still want to put the pressure on the Knicks and, all hands on deck because your role players are going to play better at home.
Next.
And one more from the Knicks regarding to Game 1 This was Josh Hart. This was a storyline that we had to follow because he was not on the floor to end the game because Mike Brown decided to make the adjustment, go to Landry Shamet in place of him. Josh, how did you feel about the move by Coach?
Yeah, obviously that's always difficult watching it on the bench. Obviously I want to be out there. I want to help my guys win, but at the end of the day, for me, I don't have an ego to it. Like I approach this game with extreme humility, and that's how I approach it, man. I don't have the ego. I said it last year, the last several years. I'm here to serve these guys, and that's the gift God given me, to go out here and serve these guys, make sure they're in the best position to be successful. And I put the success of the team over the success of myself any day.
That's a real dude right there.
Yeah.
That's what you want. And that's why you need a couple players like that. You know
and you don't feel like that's a guy who just says that there and then behind the scenes is being a pain in the ass.
You're like, man, y'all paying me $25 million, man. You can put me on the bench anytime you want. Just make sure you keep me around.
We're good. Yeah. And look, I would fully expect that if Hart is hitting shots tonight, that they would not have to make any kind of adjustment. And listen, if you don't think they know how fortunate they were that Shamet hit the shots that he did, they know.
So
they know.
So you look, and you're like, well, do that twice in a row, Shamet.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
There was, on the Hoop Collective podcast this morning, basically some of what Kenny Atkinson was saying yesterday is our advanced metrics on the shots that the Knicks were making told us that it was against what you would normally bet on.
Correct.
It was, in other words, he was calling that an aberration.
Yeah, but that stupid defense where they were just three people are open. You got three to cover two because everybody's over there in the corner. It's just asinine. Like,
stupid.
Those are professional players. You give them that wide of a look and they catch and be able to shoot in rhythm. 9 times out of 10, they're going to hit that. I wonder if the Cavs have to start treating Donovan Mitchell like the Pistons started treating Cade Cunningham. They would give him a little extra rest, like at the end of quarters, stuff like that, to try and keep him composed so he can have enough energy.
Kind of like what the Knicks do with Brunson to make sure end of the third, beginning of the fourth, he's out for a few minutes so that he's ready to go.
You have to do that. I mean, because now the minutes and the miles are starting to add up, especially for Cleveland, playing 2 7-game series.
Next!
Got one more for you right now, and this is going to be an interesting conversation piece that we can have here. So Kendrick Perkins, he was on NBA Today, and he spoke about a subject that Knicks fans will probably be definitely discussing in the future, but you know what? Maybe that future isn't too far away. Kendrick Perkins had some high praise for Jalen Brunson.
This man is on the verge and has the opportunity to become the greatest Knick ever and change the narrative and enter a room that only a few people are sitting at, a dinner table with Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry, because the narrative has been what? You can't win with a small guard leading the charge. Big body Brunson is changing that. While we looking at the West and looking at 7'5", 7'6", something that we never seen before, we got this little Mighty Mouse over here saying, I'm on a mission as well.
Okay, twofold there. Greatest Knick ever on the verge. I don't think we're on the verge yet. He's not Clyde. He's not Willis. He's not Patrick. Who's fourth?
Do we have the nostalgia of what Patrick really was versus the facts?
I don't think we do. Patrick averaged 20 and 10 for his entire Knick career, and he didn't win a championship, but I think we've always said two things. Number one, he got to Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and number two, never had the strongest number 2 out there.
I mean, not like Brunson has a bunch of great players around him. He got some good players. Cat's probably like the premium.
Cat's better than any player that Ewing ever had. Wait, you know what? We'll get into more of this next. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. The Mount Rushmore of Knicks. Is Brunson already there? That's next on ESPN New York.
Hockey fans, are you ready for the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs? Get in on the action throughout hockey's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. You won't want to miss any of the action on the ice. Lock your picks in today for the NHL Stanley Cup with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Sign up today to get started. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
1-0. Knicks over the Cavs.
And that is it for game one. The Knicks just became the fourth team to win a playoff game after trailing by 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Let's go, Knicks, baby! Let's go, Knicks!
There was a 0.1% chance the Knicks were going to win. It was sexy. Oh.
Let's go, Knicks. We took their soul.
It's the biggest comeback win in Knicks franchise history in the playoffs. And they storm back to force overtime and win game one.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Spring is here. Summer's right around the corner, so why are you still living with pain? If you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain, don't wait any longer. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no long recovery, no relying on pain medication. Just non-surgical image-guided treatments that help you get back the life you deserve. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances accepted, help is close. Go to SandwellPain.com. Feel better now, not later.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Calling up the kids is really smart because it changes everything. Changes the energy in the room. They were on the precipice of falling off a cliff and having their season be irrelevant. This is a positive that David Stearns has done. Why keep these young players that we think is the future? Why not make them the present when the present is so terrible?
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it is time to settle up, people. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle. All the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit PayPal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Another dominating step towards a championship.
And for the second consecutive season, the Knicks are on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Will this be the year the Knicks punch their ticket to the NBA Finals?
Inbound stolen by McBride, and then Brunson buries a far-corner three. 5 points for Brunson in about 3 seconds.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including Wild Turkey Bourbon, Citywide Window Cleaning, DraftKings, and Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine on ESPN New York.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Friends from Prize Picks stopping in. That's pretty cool. Good to see them. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. So we were asking this question a minute ago. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that Brunson is already on the Knick. I mean, I hate the Mount Rushmore thing.
He's already there?
But like, if we're talking about the top 4 Knicks of all time, I think he's there. He's done that in 3.5, 4 seasons.
That's all it takes, Chris, to get to the Mecca.
Who am I not giving the proper credit to? Pearl?
Has he passed the Butcher?
He's better than Pearl, yes.
Phil Jackson?
Yeah. Those guys are all romanticized. They're great players, but they're not the level of player that Brunson is. And yes, they've won championships. Right. I get that. But if we're talking about the level of superstar player that Brunson is, yes, that's what's missing.
Hasn't been here long enough, in my opinion. We need 10 years or 7, 8 years of, of data. You know what I mean? In my opinion. I don't know how long Earl was here because he came here to help them win. So I think he was a trade, right? He wasn't somebody that was. So, Willis was homegrown. Bernard King, homegrown. I just think you have to put more time in. You can't just have a fast run, a 4 or 5 year run, and then be able to be in those rooms unless you win 2 championships. You know what I mean? I don't think, even with a championship, I don't think he can pass Patrick because Patrick did it over such a long time.
Yeah, I don't know that he can pass Patrick this year.
But Bernard King was Himothy too. The injury and all that stuff, but he put the team on his back.
Yeah, that's the thing that kills you, though, with Bernard King is the injury.
But when you talk about as far as game,
he was
basketball
an amazing
game,
player.
Yeah, more game than Atari.
Bernard King was awesome. I'm never going to deny
That's crazy, man. That's crazy because when you start thinking about that, that's like, man, that's tough, man.
But even Bernard King was only with the Knicks. He missed an entire season in 85-86. He was only with the Knicks for 4, or played for the Knicks for 4 full seasons.
Damn, it was only 4 seasons?
Well, I mean,
he was there longer.
He was there from 82 through 87, and again, played 4 seasons over 5 years.
I would say that's kind of sad.
Bernard King as a Knick, it is sad because it should have been so much more than it was. This is a guy in his last year before that injury was averaging 33 a game.
He was one of the first to come back from the ACL. I know about the rehab and all that type of stuff and not being able to play with Patrick. What I'm saying is that's sad if Brunson, with what he's done so far, can be top 4 in an organization that's supposed to call itself the Mecca. If Brunson would have did what he did with the Pistons, he still wouldn't pass Dave Bing, Isaiah Thomas, not even Grant Hill. Joe Dumars, Dave Bing, Lanier. Man.
Here's the thing. For the Knicks, there are 3 definitive at the top. With Clyde, with obviously Willis Reed, and with Patrick. The 4th is definitely very debatable.
Damn.
How is it not?
That's crazy, man.
And it's debatable, unfortunately, for many reasons. Bernard King would have been in that discussion more had the injury not happened. And even when he came back, his year back with the Knicks, he averaged 23. But that year before, dude averaged 33 a game.
You ain't got to tell me. Put my Pistons, kick their ass in Cobo Arena.
But when I look at the rest of, who am I missing out of those top players of all time?
I think Monroe is the one that you have to ask because you got to romanticize those championship teams. That's championship teams.
I know there are people out there. I guess Pearl would be the one, but Pearl over his career with the Knicks, 16 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Obviously won the 1 title. Pearl does not feel to me like he's Brunson.
16 was 20 because, scoring was down. It's a different type of game back in the day.
Here's what I will say.
They even had a 3-point line back then?
No.
Okay.
Here's what I will say. We can stop with the Melo talk.
Yeah.
Melo's not in this conversation.
They love Melo around here, man. Yeah.
You talk about, the Melo's not on this level. It's just not.
How many playoff wins did Melo even have? I'm sure Brunson's
They
already
had one
passed the playoff ring.
series. They had one playoff series that they won. That was it.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much more to talk about.
One playoff series? He only won one playoff series? He never went to the Eastern Conference Finals?
With the Knicks?
I know he went with the Nuggets.
No, he went to the Western Conference Finals with the Nuggets. He didn't go to the Conference Finals with the Knicks. No. He won one series.
I think the Melo era is one of the most disappointing eras ever in Knicks history.
I think the Melo era is one of the more, and I know people hate this, it's probably one of the most overrated eras in New York sports history.
At least Patrick, his era was filled with opportunity.
So Melo's entire Knick tenure spans from when he got here in 2010-11, when he got traded here, until 2017.
7 years.
He led the league in scoring once. He was a 4-time All-Star during that stretch. He finished third in the MVP in 2012-13. But other than that, like I don't look at Melo and think he had an unbelievable stretch with the Knicks.
And I look at Melo, when I think of Melo, I think he's a Denver Nugget more than anything.
The only time that they won a series was against Boston that year, and that was it. Beyond that, never won anything. And it's not that Melo wasn't a great player. He was a great player, but like the things that we ripped Brunson for, we almost praised Melo for when it was Melo handling the ball and 4 guys standing around.
Right.
It was in a much worse fashion.
Get them shooters. Like what?
What are we talking about?
They ain't going to never get a chance to shoot.
I would be curious to hear from people on this. If Brunson, where is Brunson already? Is he on the verge of becoming, listen, I'm not going to buy into what Perk is saying. He is not at Clyde territory yet. Okay? Even if they win a championship this year, he's not at Clyde territory yet.
You remind some people what Clyde did in those playoffs.
The numbers that Clyde threw up.
No, the Willis Reed game.
It was 36 and 19, I believe.
Bro, what are we talking about?
36 and 19 assists.
Like, come on, bro.
It was ridiculous. That's the thing that people always talk about with the Willis Reed game.
Yeah, he scored 2 points. And like they talk about, oh, look what he did. No, Clyde carried that.
Clyde was the guy that Willis set the mental tone by showing up because Chamberlain kept looking down the tunnel for him.
Yeah.
But then Clyde just destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed them. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
That's what Salukis do.
800-919-3776.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
You're listening to 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit PayPal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
It's not even tears, it's tears of laughter that the baseball gods have on the New York Mets here in 2026. On and on. It's just the hits keep on coming for this team. And you really ask yourself, when the manager sits there and delivers the news about Clay Holmes, you say, you know what? Maybe it's just going to be one of those years. Maybe it's going to be a year from hell. Maybe they're not going to snap out of this.
The Dan Graca Show. Weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
You're damn right it is. On ESPN New York. What is up, friends? 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Am I supposed to buy into the Bauer Hour good luck crap now? Is that, am I now turning this into...
Yes.
Are you handing that over to him?
I'm handing it like he's Shakira. What's her last name?
Shakira? I don't think she has a last name.
No.
I think she's just Shakira.
Not Shakira. The sprinter from the 4x1 relay team for the American.
Turn the music down a little bit.
It's Shakira. Man, you can't really trust black people's spelling sometimes because we'll take apostrophe or semicolon and just throw it in our kid's name.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, close enough.
Of course, we all should have known that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. No offense to Sha'Carri Richardson. The time I remember those names is for about a 3-month period in the summer of every 4 years.
When they going against Team Jamaica.
And I will be all over the story at the time.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rain.
But listen, I can't hang in there the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
So I just gave you that. And she's the final leg. So I'm handing it off to you, Tom.
All right, so Tom,
you got to say for stick.
It's 12 o'clock. What do you got?
Knicks fans, are you ready?
It's the Power Hour!
You just blew it.
Okay. We
just blew it.
Yes, that's not what you did for the good luck.
No,
so you
did
just
the
reversed
Power
the good
Hour.
luck.
You said forget the Power Hour.
Listen, Tom. Just so
do
you
I
know.
gotta hand you a script?
So Tom, Tom, this is what I do before I start. I take a deep breath and fill my lungs up with air. So you don't talk before
Pretend
you say
you're in a mosh pit.
Correct.
I get out of breath there too, but I will get better.
So take it to Chris is going to set you up again. We're going to hand you the baton. It's the Bauer Hour because that's what started the good luck. I just hope what you say in the Power Hour.
Tom just dropped the damn baton, and Sha'Carri Richardson is looking around wondering what the hell who's got the baton.
So take a deep breath. Chris is going to hand you the baton and run with it. Run like Forrest Gump.
All right. So once again, it's now 12:02. 12 o'clock hour means what?
It's the Power Hour! Knicks fans, we're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs, beat them in the sword fight, win game 2.
Tom, you took a deep breath, but all you got was 3 Bowers?
Listen, the Bauer Hour isn't about length. The Power Hour is your thing.
Yeah, that's
the
what you told
Bauer
her.
Hour is my thing.
That's what you told her. It's a supernova.
Chris looks
It's
so
beautiful.
disappointed.
It's beautiful while it lasts, but it's not going to be long.
There's so many things wrong with what you just did. Like that to me.
Ant-Man, yeah, that's me.
You may as well have just cursed them. Because you do that, you try to make some cavalier mention or correlation with a sword fight,
Listen.
which just sounds wrong.
Sword fight, right. Like, come on, man.
That's the first thing that came to mind. What do you want?
Bro, what's
Maybe
wrong?
that's the problem.
I ad-libbed on the spot about the Hawks thing.
Phrasing.
I tried to do right here as well.
Like, unless we at medieval times, I don't want to hear nothing about no sword fight.
Can we just burn the last 6 minutes? Like, physically burn.
He physically literally took a deep breath and only got one extra Bauer.
I mean, that... You should see the chat right now.
Yeah, I don't want to look at the chat right now.
A lot of sword fight references.
No, it's about the quality. It's not about the lift.
A lot of emojis.
It's not about the lift. It's okay, Tom. Keep telling yourself that.
Javi from Queens. Tom is not a dancing monkey. Clearly. A dancing monkey would have been able to pull that off.
Listen, you wanted the Bauer Hour experience. I gave you the Bauer Hour experience.
I didn't want it, but I had to take it because we thought that you were the good luck charm because it's something that a caller said earlier.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Great defense of yourself, Tom.
Well, now we know what to blame tonight if this goes wrong.
Knicks in 6.
I mean, Joe Leo, just a quick breakdown on what the hell just happened.
I'm still trying to recover from what just happened like 2 minutes ago.
Like, for us, it's one thing, but to actually be in the same room as him as that's going on, it's got to be a little bit more alarming, a whole nother level to it.
I was really taken aback by the whole sword fight thing. I wasn't ready for that at all.
Yeah.
And then he said it's not about
Khalil Hanna. Tom just ruined the mojo.
What he said is not about the limp. What he said is about, well, can we run it back? Can we hear it back?
Give us a few minutes.
I need to hear that back because I can't even digest everything that Tom, the beauty of it, right?
Oh, listen, I just did exactly what I did on the morning show. That was the style I went for.
You started with power. That was wrong.
And then you went to, then Bauer, and then you started talking about sword fights and Cavaliers, and the next thing I know, we're completely off the rails.
Oh, listen, you're the one who was taken back by the sword fighting. I thought it was fine.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout.
We need to call. Do we need to call timeout to go on break and come back and start over again?
You know what? Screw that. Let's get to the damn high noon. How about that?
It's High Noon.
My name is Sam Chisholm, duly elected truant officer.
Sam Chisholm. I'm a newly sworn warrant officer of the Circuit Court in Wichita, Kansas.
Well, every Thursday at this time, we have High Noon. High Noon entails 3 questions that we will debate and try to give the right answer to. And at the end, you'll find out why I'm right.
Round 1, fight!
Yes.
Along with Clyde Frazier, Willis Reed, and Patrick Ewing, who is your final player on Knicks Mount Rushmore?
I'm going Bernard King because he was legendary in these parts, you know what I'm saying? What he did in some of those playoff runs was amazing. He was a pure scorer, and without the injury, he might have been tops on his list. I believe that if he would have been healthy, he could have played with Patrick Ewing. Early in Patrick's career, he would have won a championship, and then Patrick would have been even ranked even higher. Patrick would have been able to push Clyde off the top. Right now, I'm going Clyde Frazier 1, Willis Reed 2. I'm going Patrick Ewing 3, and I'm going Bernard King 4.
Yeah, I'm putting Jalen there. I mean, those other 3 are at the top 3 for sure. But with the things that he continues to do in the clutch, it's hard to argue with what he's accomplished in just his 4th season as a Knick. If this team goes to the NBA Finals, I don't know that he can pass Patrick even with a title, but, man, you got to start talking about it. And so that has me with him already in 4th place. You can't talk about Carmelo Anthony. The Bernard King discussion I understand a little bit more, but Melo, when you've won one playoff series during your entire Knick career, No, and that's just not going to fly.
And you had 7 years to do it, too.
Yes. Brunson, to me, is where I have to put the fourth spot right now. 800-919-3776. We'll take calls on that in a minute.
How do we know who won?
I think we just know that I did.
Round 2, fight! Is there one player on the Knicks that you're worried could still be rusty?
For me, it's OG because we see the health of what's going on around the league. I'm concerned that he didn't have the lift for a shot. He looked okay when he went in and tried to put the yams on somebody, but it showed me that he really was unsure about his jump shot because he had the wide open three. Usually OG takes that, corner pocket, 8-ball corner pocket, but he was afraid and he went to the basket and tried to get the yams. He missed, got fouled, understand, but that just tells me that he's not, confident in his shot right now. And I don't think he's confident in his shot because he feels like he maybe not have the lift and the rhythm because he's protecting that hamstring.
For me, it's Josh Hart, and it's not even necessarily the rust factor. It's that he wasn't great in game one shooting the ball. And as much as he's a team guy, when you see him having to go to the bench for the fourth quarter and get replaced by Landry Shamet hits a couple of shots, you can't tell me all of that doesn't add up to be in your head a little bit at some point. So I would be a little bit concerned about Hart offensively getting off to a better start. I don't think he was amazing defensively the other night, but he still was good enough. It's just, is that going to be enough to keep him on the floor late in the game tonight? He would be the one guy I'd be a little bit concerned about. All right.
Definitely.
Round 3, fight! Would you bring your child to an R-rated movie?
All right. Tom is the one that posed this question. Tom, why did you choose this question as our third question today?
Yes. So I went to see Mortal Kombat 2 over the weekend, which we're not going to get into a movie review, but Bart didn't think it was great. I thought it was just a fun movie.
Bart thought it sucked. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I said that he didn't think it was great.
Yeah, and I said he thought it sucked.
Because
There's one thing to say.
Yeah. That's because I have something to compare it to. Tom really don't because he didn't see part one. How did he see part two?
I did not see part one.
You didn't see part one.
I am the guy that went to see Godfather 3 first.
We're comparing Mortal Kombat to Godfather 3. But at any rate, the point of the story was I'm sitting there in the theater, and this family of 4 walks in. You got the mother and father, and then you've got 2 kids who are probably no older than 7 years old who are there to watch Mortal Kombat, which if you know anything about Mortal Kombat, it's not known for something that would air on the Disney Channel, let's say. There's a lot of gore and body part removal, let's say, involved in the process, and maybe it's something that you shouldn't be showing your kids.
All right, so to be clear, you're not a parent as of yet.
No.
And we often characterize you as a potential serial killer.
So
you, to be clear, think it's wrong to bring kids to a rated R movie.
In the context of the film, yeah. Why would you want your kid to see that and be exposed to it? By the way, I will say it maybe kills the argument here. The kids were clapping at points in the movie. They were clearly enjoying it. But,
all right.
So that was a little...
you're the resident parent here. What do you think?
Yeah, I absolutely would have brought my kid to it because it's not the type of violence that you think about. It's like video game violence. Like on the video game, you got head splatter and stuff like that. Like it wasn't like it was like somebody getting shot execution style in like Mice of Men or something like Godfather or, Save It Private Ryan or something like that. It wasn't that type of violence where like it's realistic. You know what I mean? It's almost like Tropic Thunder when he's sitting there trying to cry with his guts out. And he was like, am I crying? Are you crying? And all that type of stuff. It's like funny, right? I mean, he smashed
It's over the top.
Right. He smashed the guy's head with a mallet. And they were fighting in a virtual world where they transported from one place to the next. I think the kids can differentiate between that's like Star Trek, Star Wars type of violence opposed to like real violence that they can witness in world. And they're not going to see a dude with a mask with red eyes and 7 feet tall fighting a dude that's able to make blades come out of his arms just by thinking it. And when he gets hit, he gets stronger. You know what I mean? It's like It's not even like Marvel. It wasn't even Marvel like dark. It's like comedy.
I'm not a parent.
You're a dog dad.
Thankfully so.
You're dog dad.
I would not bring my dog, who's only 2 years old, to go see Mortal Kombat 2. Now, honestly, I wouldn't bring my nephew or my niece or anybody like that. As much as I would want to be the cool uncle, I wouldn't do that. And the only reason I wouldn't do that, yes, we could talk about the effects of violence and all that stuff it has on kids. I'm not smart enough to know. All I can go is on my own experience. And any time when I was a kid that I ever saw anything like that night, I had a horrible dream.
See, yeah.
Horrible dreams.
But this isn't like that. This isn't like Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
This
I
ain't like
understand.
Jason
It was
Voorhees
like video
coming
game
and
type stuff too. But
he smashed his head with a mallet, and it was like fake blood everywhere. And the mallet, you couldn't see the guy's head.
You know what's more awkward?
And it said Mortal Kombat.
I think I was probably 10 or 12. No, I wasn't 12. I was 10 or 11. And my dad and two of my brothers and I went to see Airplane. And the first time...
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The first time that was rated, I think it was rated R.
Yeah.
It might have been PG. But the first time that you see a naked woman on screen and you're sitting next to your parents is as awkward as can be.
Bing bong.
That was a nightmare.
Bing bong.
Like, you're talking about nightmares? That's a nightmare because you look up like, oh. Because I didn't expect that. People know the scene I'm talking about where it just comes out of nowhere.
Bing bong.
And then before you even know it, it's gone. But then I'm like sitting next to my dad and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know. This is weird.
I think I went to a movie like that, and I was like, see, Dad, what you want to do is you want to kiss her right there. That's really the spot you want to be on.
Is that or is that not awkward? Joe Leo, first time you see a movie, like even now if you're sitting and watching a movie with your parents and you know there's a particular scene coming up in the movie, like that to me is still a little bit creepy.
1,000% awkward. Like, my first experience with that is old school.
Yeah, okay.
And my dad showed it to us and conveniently forgot about that scene. And I went, oh, and looked at him, and he looked at me, and it's like, this is a whole nother level of awkward.
He's like, oh, baby, wait till you get to college, son.
I played a joke on Tom McCarthy one time, Tom who does the Phillies and used to do the Mets. He was doing Rutgers, and we were on the plane. And this was like right around, I think he had a DVD player, like a portable DVD player. And he had that. He had not seen Old School. And watching that on the plane. So we're on the Rutgers plane. And he's like, have you seen him? Like, yeah. It's like, it's okay to watch on the plane? I'm like, yeah, you're fine.
Only for a moment, and that moment's gone.
30 seconds in, people coming out of the, like literally coming out of a closet in a bedroom. And Tom closes it. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
I forgot about the orgy.
Yes.
I closed my
My bad.
Your dad should have looked at you like, son, I know you can't wait to get to college. I hope your experience is just like that.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Normally, I don't even play that kind of joke on anybody, but Tom was such a good guy that I just wanted to see what his reaction was going to be in the moment. The moment it happened. And it was like one of those little portable DVD players that he could not have slammed it shut faster. And it wasn't even like he was in mixed company at the time. It's just being on the airplane that made it weird. Anyway, Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 4 o'clock. Mets trying to split the series with the Nats. That's an awesome sentence, isn't it? Coverage begins on 880 ESPN New York, starting at 3:25. 7 o'clock, Yankees looking to split their series against the Blue Jays. And then at 8, Knicks host the Cavs. It's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Coverage begins at 7 on 1050 ESPN and on the ESPN New York app. And then we'll join in progress on 880 ESPN New York following the conclusion of Mets coverage. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Game 2, we have talked about quite a bit, as you would expect so far. Can the Knicks continue to run the offense through Cat, considering how well the Cavs through the first 3.5 quarters handled that the other night? And when the Knicks ended up just going back and resorting to their old Jalen Brunson-led offense, it actually worked. Are the Cavs going to have the adjustments for that this evening? And basically, what do you have to avoid by putting yourself in a similar situation through 3.5 quarters because you cannot afford to continue to believe that you can come back like this all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that puts way too much stress. You don't plan out, let's come back from big comebacks. I know they did that in the Boston series, and we talked about that. That was different. I don't know if, the Cavs are going to continuously just, jack up shots and shoot three-pointers and things like that. So that's going to be interesting to see, how the Cavs respond. What's the game plan? What's the counter? Because we talked about the adjustments that needs to be made and who needs to play more consistently. But you can't expect, because what if Shamet misses one of those three-pointers? What if Merrill hits that three-pointer? Then we're not even having this discussion.
No,
we're sitting here eviscerating the Knicks for how poorly they played. 13 points from Cat, 13 points from OG, 13 points from Hart. That's not going to get it done.
See, that's the thing that kind of really jumps out at me. As much as we got a chance yesterday to celebrate everything that happened and how they won the game and how amazing it was and what the atmosphere at the Garden was like and just what an incredible run they've been on, I don't want to ignore how you got in the bad place in the first place, and that, literally to the point where Mike Breen started to say bang on the Merrill shot that was 3/4 of the way down and by the grace of God popped out.
I don't remember. What did he go? Bang, diggity, I don't.
He went, bah,
diggity, don't.
He half banged.
But, like Tom.
Look, everybody's getting in on the act now, aren't they?
Everybody's
getting in on the act.
I hope we can come back with the rejoin with what Tom said.
Yeah, Joe Leo already cut it up.
We have it.
Way to go. We'll do that on the rejoin.
At any rate, I find myself not wanting to forget how they got into that position in the first place and how easy it would be to be talking about this series in a whole nother way today.
Correct.
And it's not to be negative. It's just, hey, there are real concerns to pay attention to, even though I think the Cavs have the bigger problem from trying to emotionally come back from that.
Yeah, that would have happened, man. The Knicks would have been on their heels with a must-win. Like going down 0-2 and losing 2 at home would have been – we saw the desperation that OKC had. Fortunately for us, we don't have to experience that and know what it'll ever be like. But, they better understand that they're going to get everything that the Cavs got. Like they got Kenny Atkinson sitting up there defending himself again, talking about micro experiences and we were out and knocked out, and remember you guys had us losing the first round to Toronto and we lost to that. Like when you start using those type of excuses, then you know that you were wrong and you're just hoping that you get an opportunity to be able to put it back in their face.
David and Elizabeth has been very patient today. Dave, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, gentlemen, you know what's crazy? Family members, they beef, and we about to beef.
Ooh.
Both of you.
What do you got?
Yeah,
well, the
you
Melo
ready?
thing for sure.
Of course, you knew it was about him. And you know what's beautiful? Your partner falls into place. That'll be you, Mr. Scott. Watch this. So look, let's have this discussion. I'm gonna make it quick too. Basketball is 5 players, just like football is how many players on the field, right?
Yep.
So it's not just one guy. But when we talk about one guy, it's individual. What he did, his accolades, what he's got, all that good stuff. Every sports fan sits there, and if you don't have the hardware, you're not Himothy, you're not that guy, you're not this, you're not that. You guys all know my football club is the Jets. Mr. Scott, you played for them, and I'm not going to lie, when I go against other people talking about, sports and individual people, I always name you, and I say you're one of the best backers to do it. And you know what people say? Oh, he don't got a championship, so that don't make you great? No. Like the hardware just doesn't mean that, this player didn't put that work in, or he's not him, or he's not, who he thinks he is. Like, not for nothing. I'm not just doing this as a Melo defending thing, but you're gonna really say it's Melo. Like, for example, I'm real passionate about this. You guys can see that. Like with the Melo thing, right? Not for nothing. You don't want to blame the GM. You don't want to blame the teammates he had, Phil Jackson, giving away those 2 pieces that helped LeBron get rings.
But here's
come on, man.
But here's the difference, though, Dave. Like, one,
Yes,
we put Patrick Ewing in the conversation. He got no chip, but his body of work speaks for
That's a
itself. But the fact that he was able to carry – like, you can be a bad player and carry your team to the playoffs. Melo didn't carry his team to the playoffs enough and didn't do any damage. Now, let's go to the other part. What makes Brunson different than what Carmelo did? What did Carmelo refuse to do that Brunson did do? He took less to make sure that he can secure that he had enough teammates and quality teammates that can help him get the job done, right? Melo had opportunity to move on and go sort out that team. But what did he do? He opted back in, right? And the reason why this whole thing started is because he wanted to get the bread, and he thought it was going to be a holdout. If he would have just waited, he would inherit a much better team. They wouldn't have had to gut the team to be able to get him here. That's a Melo thing. So you got to take ownership of it. Like it's like people like talking about. It's like people talking about like let's say Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson may not have an opportunity to win a championship. He may or may not win a championship. But Tom Brady always won a championship. Why? Because he took less money to make sure he got good teammates. You talk about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been the highest paid quarterback in the league only 1 year out of his career. Why? Because he took that long contract, that 10-year contract that gave the team flexibility so they can go out and get teammates. So when you talk about and look at the whole body of work, you got to look at the body of work in which you do off the court too to be able to secure that you can have teammates. We can have teammates and you can get all the players you want. But if you take all the money, then that's why nobody ever felt sorry for Peyton Manning because he never took a pay cut. And so when he didn't have a defense, well, you got to be the defense because you took the money that we had to pay a defense. So Melo can't complain about his teammates because he always took off all the cheese on the taco. He never gave the Knicks a discount, not even a $5 million discount so they can get a veteran exempt player.
And let's also
I agree
this,
with that
Dave.
100%.
Let's also call it this too, Dave, is that when Melo was a free agent, he was going to test the market, but then the plan all along was the Knicks can give me the most. I'm going to come back to the Knicks, and if it doesn't work out in a year or two, I'm going to force my way out. And that's what happened.
Now you're right about that too, Chef. Some of his decisions, they weren't some of the best ones. But I like when people be like, "Oh, yo, he's not great," or "He's not this," and "He's not that." I'll be like, "There's one thing I do say, yo." Any defender that defended him, and if you think I'm lying, you could go back and look it up. He danced on you. He embarrassed you. And he always scored on you. Just like Bart always got tackles and made big plays and did what he had to do. Not for nothing, you gentlemen are great in my eyes. Y'all ain't get the hardware, but you guys are great. So just like Draymond Green trying to play out Charles Barkley. Oh, we don't want to be you in a Rockets uniform. Charles Barkley was him must see, and you both know that.
Yes.
Yeah, listen,
Draymond know that too, but when you got to you back somebody into a corner, he gonna come out swinging and trying to defend himself. But Charles' worst year is better than Draymond's best.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, we will continue with your comments over there. You can watch the show, 800-919-3776. The other part of the discussion is where does Jalen now rank, and is he playing himself into, as we heard Perk say earlier, potentially the greatest Knick of all time? I think it's a little early for that, but we're getting there for sure.
We're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And these boats are the fastest boats in the world, racing with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool, and it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year, so we're pumped.
We are pumped as well, Taylor. We appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
You've been stuck inside all winter. Now it's time to get back out walking, working, and living. But if you have joint pain, sciatica, back pain, and still holding you back, you don't have to live like that. I'm Bart Scott, and Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain is the real deal. Ivy League trained, double board certified with non-surgical treatments that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no pain medication. Just a smart, targeted approach to get you moving again. Same day or next day appointments are available. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Don't let pain bent you this spring.
Wherever your day takes you, across New Jersey, into New York, or down to Philadelphia, New Jersey Transit gets you there. Skip the traffic and stay on track. With busy travel periods ahead, plan ahead, check schedules, and allow extra time for your trip. From workdays to weekends, New Jersey Transit keeps your routine moving with reliable, convenient service. Ride smart. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Tsunami in the chat, still laughing at Tom.
I don't see what there's.
The Bauer Hour isn't about length.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
What are we doing? Oh, my God.
Look, Jack Rabbit.
It's the Power Hour.
Oh, man.
It's about to die. Oh, my God.
Are you ready indeed? This isn't the Power Hour. This is the Bauer Hour.
The Bauer Hour was with one Bauer?
I guess.
It's not about the length.
Listen, the Bauer Hour isn't about length. We're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs.
I don't know if you can have.
I know what you're trying to do there. How about you just say duel?
Right. Yeah, because the Cavaliers are like they have a sword. Is that what we're talking about?
That's where I was going in my mind, but Chris just used the much
swashbuckling. How about that?
Swashbuckling or duel. I think would have been the much better phraseology there.
Wow,
that's what happened when you try to be too creative, man.
Listen, I did it on the moment. I did it in the cuff. I have no shame about that.
You heard Tom there. That's a good question that's raised in the chat by Tsunami. Who did it better when it comes to nearly dying on the air, me or Tom? I would have to vote me.
Yeah,
I think I was much closer to death than Tom was.
Yours over duration.
Yeah. Do we have that somewhere? We must have me dying on the air.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
I got it right here.
Oh,
this is college football. Excuse me, this is college football on ESPN Radio. Oh my God.
Were you trying to muster up some saliva to swallow?
I thought that twice I had regained the ability to speak, and I was wrong because I reached down and there was nothing there.
Were you in the booth without a water?
I had water. I was in the booth.
You just panicked.
I didn't panic. I was just trying to get to break.
Yeah, but you
was trying to do the right thing.
You didn't want to pause. You could have paused and
I mean, I could have, but I didn't.
Are you ready indeed? This isn't the Power Hour. This is the Bauer Hour.
That wasn't the one. Which one is the
Why
one?
you sound like Mean Gene Oakland?
Knicks fans, we're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs. Beat them in the sword fight.
Sword fight, Ant. That is a major pause. Sword fight? We don't sword fight. We crossing streams in a urinal? What the hell are you talking about, man? What is a sword fight, Todd? What?
Not what you just described. It's a duel.
So maybe just say it was a duel.
Listen, the Bauer Hour isn't about length.
You know what this reminds me? It reminds me, like, remember he was going over there, they bust the can, like in Tropic Thunder, when he tried to talk to him when he busts the can, act like he was urinating to get the conversation, get the map.
We're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs.
Oh, my God.
Ching, ching. It's not about length.
Oh, my God.
What is it about, Tom? Width?
Three-pointer, in and out.
I feel for Breen there because I anybody who's ever done games has been in that similar spot. And Breen never makes mistakes.
Trying to be ahead of the...
Not even trying to be ahead of it. That ball was almost all the way down. And if you watch Breen, it is few and far between where you hear something like that. And I can't even call that a mistake because the ball was 3/4 of the way down.
But here's the crazy
part.
But
as a broadcaster, you hate it. You hate it when you have said something wrong, like not even wrong, just a little bit off.
Here's the crazy thing is because if it would have went down, that would have been the biggest bang because that would have been for the game winner.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So he was trying to make sure that he had his moment, made it right. If this would have just been a regular bang, like if it would have been in the third quarter,
that might have been a double bang.
He would have held off.
That might have been a double bang considering all the circumstances.
Right. He was getting ready for the bang bang for the Bauer. Ow, the Bauer, ow. How can you not hold it like that, man?
Listen, the Bauer Hour isn't about length.
You put all your air out in the first Bauer.
I still argue I was correct.
Your diaphragm is so shallow, son. You got to breathe from your diaphragm.
Hey,
straight nasal.
Listen, it's all about quality over quantity.
Damn. All right. Keep telling yourself that.
I'd argue we got neither right there. Al is in the Bronx, is up on ESPN New York. Al, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, brother? Honorable mention for the Knicks, for the Knicks, not Mount Rushmore, but maybe top 10 Nick, Sprewell. Don't forget he took us to the finals that year when P.E. broke his wrist.
Yep.
And if we're going to talk about the Melo era, you're right about the money. He took all the cheese on the taco. But let's not forget, we had a nice little squad that could have made a little run, and then Phil Jackson came in and ruined everything. Can we not?
I don't think Phil.
Phil
was not.
No,
Phil was awful. Don't get me wrong. But they were already in a position where Melo. They were not. You could say they had a nice little squad, but Phil did not help the cause
They
at all.
fired Woody. Phil fired Woody and brought in those guys to try to do the triangle, which didn't work.
Yeah, listen, I get that. I don't think Phil was completely the reason that Melo didn't get over the hump. I'm not going to let Melo off the hook like that.
When you're a great player, you still should be able to carry your team to a certain point.
And more than one playoff series win?
Yeah.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Yeah, look how easy. Was it less? No, it was the same series. It just was 5 instead of 7 in the first round, right? Back when he was playing.
When Melo was playing?
Yeah.
No, that was still best of 7.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was 2003 was the first year that they had best of 7 in the first round.
Damn, he couldn't get – man, that's crazy. He couldn't get past the first round once.
Dave in Westchester next. ESPN New York. Dave, what do you got, dude?
Hey, well, no, your top 3, I agree with. I'll just talk about Monroe and Bernard King. Monroe sacrificed. He was averaging 32 points a game. He took the Bullets to the finals and lost to Kareem. I mean, he was averaging 25 points in the regular season. And he toasted Clyde when they got to the finals. Bernard King beat the Pistons by himself. Isaiah Thomas scored 18 points in 90 seconds.
I remember.
90 seconds. Isaiah Thomas.
You ain't got to tell me how great Isaiah Thomas is.
if Bernard King or Isaiah Thomas is 100 million times better than Brunson. Not even close.
You can't. Let's not get nuts here with the 100 million times. I mean, Brunson's only been here 4 years.
Okay,
they've been to the playoffs every year, and they're winning playoff series every year.
Isaiah's 200 million
Allen
times
Iverson
better.
is better than Brunson.
It's not that Isaiah Thomas is not a better player. That's not even remotely the argument. Of course he is.
By how much distance?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
He cared.
No, I'm saying here, nobody cares about Isaiah Thomas where he was in the grand scheme of things when it comes to great players.
Well, Brunson's trying to be like him. He's trying to be the first little man since – well, Steph Curry's not even little man because Steph's like 6'3". Isaiah's
he's
like
listed at 6'2". So he's not tiny, put it that way.
Yeah, but Isaiah's like 6 feet.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Isaiah in person.
Yes.
So
same thing with Brunson.
And Brunson's like 6 feet as
right.
well. So Allen Iverson, like 6 feet.
Yep.
So that's the real little man. Steph is like a much taller dude than that. His brother Seth is little man.
It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Listen, don't forget, today's Mets and Nationals game can be heard on 880 ESPN starting at 3:25 p.m. Game 2, Knicks Cavs, can be heard on 1050 ESPN New York starting at 7 and will be joined in progress on 880 ESPN New York following the conclusion of Mets coverage, which theoretically should be pretty early in the game, maybe even before the game actually starts at 8. All games can be streamed on the ESPN New York app. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. We also get back to the chat over on the ESPN New York page. Bart has a little something to tell us about his friends from Samwell.
You know what I see all the time, Christopher? I see people just living with pain. Back pain, neck pain, sciatica, thinking it's just a part of life and aging. It's not. I'm Bart Scott, and if you are like that, you need to call my friend Dr. Jay Shaw at Samwell Pain. He's an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and focuses on non-surgical treatments that actually fix the issue. No surgery, no downtime, no pain meds, just real results that get you moving again. They've got same-day or next-day appointments with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Go to SamwellPain.com. Stop living with pain. You ain't got to.
New Lac City. Carlin keeps saying the Cavs shut down Cat as the facilitator. That's a fact lie. Knicks got great looks and shots in the first half with Cat as the point center, but they couldn't make a shot. It's about results in it, too, at some point, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I thought.
And the Knicks were outscoring teams by 30 points a game in the previous 7 games. So when they're not falling, it's all part of it. They weren't getting the right answers to the questions. So I'm not saying they're not going to go back to it. Of course they are. Of course they are. It's just, do they have the answers tonight against how the Cavs defend it?
I want to hear from people that's going to the game today. And I want to know if you're going to the game or if you're outside, because we had a little inclement weather. I don't think it's going to rain later. But I want to know, if things go bad early, how are you going to direct your energy towards Tom?
Why don't you just give them Tom's address while you're at it?
Be like Tommy Maddox, throw trash on his lawn.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Don't do that.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Amazon.com/880.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch. I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends May 31st, 2026.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
It's playoff basketball. You got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. Here we go. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we wanted.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, and Peacock.
Hey, you know what?
Jump.
I got to show. I just got to send my respect and my love to my guy. And because I know that he's going to hate it, too. I don't know how well you got to know Eddie Scazzeri at Fan. Did you get to know him when we were there?
Sir Pony?
Yes.
I call him Sir Pony.
Because
I call nobody by his real name. Yeah, I call him Sir Pony.
So Eddie Scazzeri over at FAN is retiring.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to die in that booth.
He's been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
And
still wearing the same clothes.
And I know for a fact how much he hates like being the center of attention for anything. Will not acknowledge birthdays. That's kind of where I got that from, and I don't blame him on that. Like his birthday, nobody knows when Eddie's birthday is. No, and he doesn't want anybody to care because it's like birthday. Well, you're just here for another year and then you die. And he's always very thoughtful like that. But there is not anybody off the air who's made a bigger impact in New York sports radio than Eddie Scazzeri has over the course of 30-plus years. Damn. First guy I ever met at FAN, and because he and Eric Spitz interviewed me for an internship in 1995.
Damn.
And I remember going in there because Eddie is a longtime producer of Steve Summers' Overnight.
Oh,
and Steve had this bit that he would play that the agent Dennis Gilbert said one time on the phone. Eddie was calling Dennis Gilbert to try to get one of his star players on or to try to get Dennis Gilbert to come on. And he, for whatever reason, was taping it at the time and calls him up. And he says, Dennis, this is Eddie Scazzeri from WFAN in New York. And then Dennis Gilbert says back, oh, the Eddie Scazzeri? Like a real wise ass.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where that came from. So Summers used to play that all the time. He go, oh, no, Ed Mio. There, you know.
Smooth is 101, too.
No, Eddie Giacomin. Yes, but those two together were amazing and together for a long time on the overnight. And then Eddie is he's 59 and a half. He's retiring, but he doesn't even really need to at this point. But he's one of my favorite people on the planet. Gave me my first job, and I remember sitting there across from him at the desk like, that's the Eddie Scazzeri. It's the Eddie Scazzeri. And so he's retiring. I love him to death, and I know how much he enjoys awkward, so I just want to make this as awkward as possible.
Make sure he gets this clip. Happy life in retirement, Sir Pony. I've retired before, and you see my ass at work. When you go back home and realize how much you really don't like your family, you'll find something else to do.
We used to joke around that there were a lot of different versions of Eddie. There was Eddie. There was Ed. There was Edward. And then there was Frederick. And Frederick was basically Tom, the serial killer.
Yeah.
Frederick might have some bodies in the basement.
Want some ice cream?
But Edward was like the very formal Eddie. And then like Ed was who he was, just kind of around mixed company, shall we say. But Eddie could be, and then Freddie was basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He was Mr. Hyde.
Just like Tom.
Anyway.
Tom, Thomas, Tommy, the Tubester.
I guess the thing I just would say is like, his name has been on the air for a long, long time in New York, but people don't necessarily know who he is. But he is just just one of the great people I've ever known in my life, and is as good of a guy as there is, and would trust him with anything in my life. And I love him to death, and I am very excited for him to be retiring and enjoying his time with his wife, Marion, and his dogs. And Eddie and I also had that in common. Never any interest in children. Never any. Happy to be an uncle. We're good to go.
Eddie, see you at Walmart ex-greeter. You don't get another job, trust me. You're going to go home like, this sucks. I give him too much.
I can't see Eddie wearing one. I can see Eddie more likely being at like Home Depot working in the plant department with one of those vests on, as opposed to at Walmart being a greeter. Eddie doesn't want to be a greeter. He wants to help you plant your bushes.
He ain't greeting nobody. He want to check your receipt. He trying to catch for the scams. Like, hold up, brother. I don't see no 17-inch TV.
But he doesn't want to be the narc either.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that.
Hey, you know what's crazy? What I've been seeing, like, criminals do? I'm always up on the latest scams. It's crazy. Like, they would take a Scantron from, like, another product, put it on, like, a flat screen TV, go there, scan it, you hear it go beep, and then they pay for it, but it's not the item that it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you put skip, so they go get a cheaper.
So they're just hoping the cashier doesn't look at the screen.
Right.
The cashier's not paying attention.
Right.
Oh, just give me the card, everybody. Whatever it is.
They just see that you scanned it.
Wait a minute, that 46-inch TV's $8.99.
Look at it closer. Man, that's celery.
Look, it's the cost of some Miracle Grow.
That's what them criminals doing out in them streets right now, man. Just like Raymond. I can appreciate the hustle.
Well, listen, you do what you got to do.
You didn't just give up Raymond, did you?
Raymond dead as hell, so it don't even matter. Hey, can't charge a dead man.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. If you had one or two primary concerns going into tonight, what would they be for the Knicks in Game 2?
The Knicks not matching the intensity. Listen, I know that the Knicks are the fresher team, but they're not the more desperate team. And everything's been going good for the Knicks right now, coming up daisies and roses. They're going to run into a team that's pride has been checked. Donovan Mitchell, he didn't have what it takes to make it to the end, right, to push through. That's the worst feeling as an athlete, to get to the fourth quarter and run out of gas. You know what I mean? And he ran out of gas, and he what do you call it when he stepped aside and he let Harden take care of it?
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be prideful enough to put things in his own hands. So I don't know what he got to do, how he got to get to the fourth quarter, but I think you're going to see a Donovan Mitchell that's going to give you his best in everything that he has because he knows on the other side of this what this means.
So tonight is kind of like surviving a storm to a degree.
Yes.
Because you think this is not a last gasp thing, but certainly one where they have heard the abuse for the time that they have over the last couple of days and know what happened and probably are still a little bit in shell shock. And hang on a second, we're not going out like this.
They so happy that they weren't in Cleveland to listen to the local radio, to listen to the local beat writers. They've been picking up papers here where everybody's praising the Knicks, not criticizing them. But they know when they get back, they get that ass whooped now. They can't hide from it because they don't say, man, this was a waste, blah, blah, blah. We spent all this money. This is the best we get. We can't even compete with the Knicks.
I don't know if a team can recover from what happened the other night. If they do, God bless them. They're better than I thought they were. But I don't know if they have enough that can really help put a game like that behind them.
Yeah.
Now, Brian Windhorst said something really interesting, too, when he was saying that he didn't feel like there was a ton of pressure on the Cavaliers for this round. Another part of what he was discussing was Dan Gilbert. Dan Gilbert apparently told the team after they beat Detroit that was his second greatest moment as Cavaliers owner because Dan Gilbert wanted to own Detroit, the Pistons. He's from Detroit. And had they lost to the Pistons in that 7-game series, that would have been awfully hard to take after they had a 3-1 lead.
Well, maybe he should take some people for the bus and buy some Knicks tickets and bring 25 busloads of people out here. Cleveland not that far.
Yeah, well, considering that the face value to get into the top of the Garden the other day was $550, I don't know if that's happening.
He's a billionaire.
I understand that. I still don't know if that's happening.
Show some conviction.
Well, my point is I don't think Dan Gilbert, if they were to lose this series.
Yeah, he don't care. Like, he's just so happy.
I don't think Kenny Atkinson, unless he coaches as poorly as he did the other night, is really in any danger of losing his job.
You don't think Jake Kidd slide in them DMs just in case?
I think you know what I think Jake Kidd is doing? I think he's monitoring the Knicks situation very closely. I think Jake Kidd is I'll put it this way, all right? If they ever were to lose this series, I think Jake Kidd is already working back channels like, hey, if you are –
I tried to really get out last year, man.
Yeah, listen, I know we didn't make it work out last year. When Jake Kidd, all he did last year was really use the Knicks to get an extension.
Yeah.
And he got the $40 million, but I have no doubt in my mind.
But I wonder if he
I read you that quote from yesterday, and I'll read it again about Jake Kidd getting fired by the guy who covered him and knew him especially well and knew a lot of people around him.
That's a bad dude, by the way.
Jake Kidd?
No, the other kid.
The guy who said this?
Yeah, y'all here dry snitching.
Well, this is Henry Abbott, who has 164,000 followers, covers the NBA. I covered Jason Kidd when he played for the Nets. I know one of his childhood friends. I've been to his house, met his kids, then wife, and Pilates instructor. And I have insight from many people who worked with him in his coaching years. This is a great firing.
Wow. Wow.
You going to tell me Jake Kidd isn't trying to work angles already behind the scenes? No, I'm not saying it's going to work.
I mean, he can tell people.
Because if I was Dolan, I'd be like, pound sand. When I was looking for you last year.
It's okay. They wouldn't let me leave. They made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. And guess what? They paid me, so you don't. You just give me a little bit on top. Just give me $2 million for the first 3 years. When that contract's up and if I'm doing a good job, then you pay me. You ain't got to pay me that, man. Pay me whatever you paying Rick Brunson.
I can see he's working on that. I could absolutely see him working on that behind the scenes.
I'm getting paid regardless, baby.
It's Bart Carlin. The Michael K. Show is up next on ESPN New York.
Bing bong.
I'm sorry, I don't know you.
Listen, the Bauer Hour isn't about length.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends next week. Take the test.
Spring is here. Summer's right around the corner.